When I think about the years I've worked with John and I have known him, I think outside of work, John is a cheerful, fun-loving, and entertaining person. So when we would go for example, team building activities, and people are supposed to race or form groups and develop things, John would be involved in it, If you're sitting with people having lunch, he'll be the center of attention and making people laugh. So he's a very jovial and fun-loving person, and he knows how to bring people together. But on the other hand, he's also very firm, in terms of getting work done.
I would describe Dr. Ong'Ech as a very friendly person, as a very amiable and easy to work with person. Very outreaching, reaching out to colleagues who need support and who need assistance. I remember during his tenure as the head of department of the Kenyatta National Hospital Obstetrics and Gynecology, a very good number of my colleagues got subspecialty training in other countries. That is number one. I would also describe him in 3 phases. Number one, as an administrator. Number 2, as a researcher. And number 3, as practicing clinical, hands-on doctor. When it comes to describing him as an administrator, if you look at his CV, which is may go to very many pages, I can sort of summarize it in a few words. Number one, he started off as a specialist in obstetrics and gynecology at the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology in Kenyatta, and he rose through the ranks from specialist to senior specialist to chief medical specialist in obstetrics and gynecology. And then apart from that, he was the head of department and assistant director. And apart from that, he became the deputy director of surgical services in Kenyatta National Hospital.
I've known Dr. Ong'Ech for very many years. He was a few years my senior in primary school. In fact, I've known him since I was about 6 years old. My really major interactions with Dr. Ong'Ech was in primary school in Majengo. The first impression we had of him was this skinny fellow who ran very fast. So he used to do long distance running, not short distance. He was very good in cross country. And then of course he was also very good in class. So he was always mentioned as among the top students. Then of course for those of us who are a bit younger, we also got to know him as a bell ringer. And the bell ringer in the school was a very important person because that is the person who decided whether you are late and therefore you'll be punished through caning mainly or you're not punished. And then I later on became a bell ringer myself, so it's a history that we actually share, that we share together.
There is one day that I can't forget. On this particular day, he was coming back to school from lunch, and people used to cross over the fence. And remember, we were barefoot. So as Ong'Ech was crossing over the fence to come and ring the bell in good time, he was pricked by a thorn. It was so serious that the thorn pricked through the toes and went to the other side. It was a very scary moment because we could not withstand that. A thorn has pierced through the toe, and it is right in the middle, and we could not do anything, but he was rushed to hospital and the thorn was removed. Probably he decided to become a doctor because of such experiences. I'm not sure about that.
Yes, so as I mentioned, Ong'Ech was really a top student. In fact, he used to be top of his class, and so it was not surprising actually that eventually when he did the CPE, he emerged the top student in the school, and then of course transitioned to Usenge initially, and then later on went to Kericho, from where he joined the university now to study medicine.
In Majengo Primary School, we were with Dr. Ong'Ech in the same class, and Dr. Ong'Ech was actually the smallest student in that class, and he was the brightest student in that class, especially during the time of mathematics.
He was also, as a technical director, a mentor and a trainer and capacity building, both for the facilities staff, the healthcare workers, but also the program staff. And as a Kenya research director, he grew the research portfolio. So actually, John began and grew the EGPAF Kenya research portfolio through, getting proposals. And some of the 2 awards I can mention is the WHO-funded award that was looking at mobile health solutions to improve reproductive health, as well as an award from Bill and Melinda Gates to improve the follow-up of children who are born to HIV-infected mothers.
Talk of him as a researcher. He has worked at the University of Nairobi. He was an honorary lecturer at the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology. And then apart from that, done a lot of consultancy work in different countries in Eastern Central Africa. He has been a consultant for different governments, for example, the Southern Sudan government, where he came up and produced, he was their consultant, produced the first PMTC guidelines and actually saw them being implemented in Somalia as well, not mentioning Kenya. Apart from that, he has been a consultant for very many international organizations, for UNICEF, for example, UNSAID, and so on and so forth. And then now in private work, he is the CEO of Nairobi Reproductive Health, where he deals with women who are pregnant, women who have issues getting pregnant, and gives them a helping hand.
I can say among the gynecologists in Nairobi, he's running one of the most successful obstetric gynecology center at Nelson Awori House. So he has many clients, he has many companies, many people who rely on his services professionally.
All our children went through Dr. Ong'Ech's hand as the gynecologist. So he's the one who actually brought them into this world. For me, whenever it came to anything, not just gynecology, but anything medical, the starting point, was always Dr. Ong'Ech, and is still always Dr. Ong'Ech. And that's a very interesting one because, again, when my mom fell and broke her spinal cord and had to be, attended to, again, it's Dr. Ong'Ech I went to, and he gave us some of the top professionals in the country. In fact, he was joking that my mother will only be attended to by professors. So he gave me this serious group of medical professors. I remember Professor Ting amongst them, who were then able to, take care of my mother. That's almost 6 or 8 years ago, and of course, to date, my mother is still able to, to continue with her life despite old age and despite that particular predicament. Yeah, so generally we rely on Ong'Ech on anything medical as a family.
So in a nutshell, I would say he is a very well-rounded, very well-centered, very well-informed consultant. To add a cap, maybe another feather to his cap, as it were, is the last appointment, which he recently got appointed as a consultant to Safaricom company, the biggest company in Eastern Central Africa. So he's going to be an advisor to the board. All these, basically, you can't get there if you don't know what you're doing. And Dr. John Ong'Ech knows what he's doing.
Dr. Ong'Ech plays a significant role in in society. First and foremost, I would say that he's done great contributions, like for Ogam Dispensary. Yeah, he initiated Ogam Dispensary and is the patron. The land was donated by Alaru Bier, who is his cousin, and his father chaired the committee that initiated the Ogam Dispensary. The Ogam Dispensary is a very important dispensary in our community because it covers a large catchment, including Nyamonyi, Lul, Kasau, Ugingo, Ndoro, Orom, and Luala. So that's a very significant contribution. Other than that, Ong'Ech has personally helped many organizations like Nyamonyi ACK, Bondo ACK, Nyamonyi Dispensary. He has a hand in Komodo, a dam, and he has a hand in Penwa Water Project, and he was also instrumental in assisting his father to do a dip for Kasab. Ong'Ech is a pillar for his family because he has assisted nearly all the family members who require education. Some of them are acquired doctorate degrees in America. I might not be able to name all of them because actually they are named in the book, and they could be more than 14 in various secondary schools, various universities, from University of Nairobi to Kenyatta University, and in various secondary schools. Already there is one at Tusenge Secondary School who is doing very well. Actually, he scores A's in all the subjects. So I know of the people he has mentored. I know of Dr. Vitalis. He has mentored up to a master's level. He's a consultant gynecologist at Kenyatta University, and he's not the only one.
I've got so many friends who are medical doctors, and Ong'Ech actually brought them up. They look at him as the mentor, as the person, you know, who took them to where they are today. And I would highlight what is interesting is that the current head of gynecology in Kenyatta Hospital, who's a mutual friend, Dr. Moreno Witi, was actually brought up by Dr. Ong'Ech, to the point that she inherited Ong'Ech's previous position when he was at that particular level. And one of my best friends, personal friends, Dr. Franklin Rono, who's now based in Australia, was literally brought up by Dr. Ong'Ech, passed through his hands, training, examined him, and so on. And there's so many others.
In this book launch, I would like to say that if you look at the title of the book, In the Dreams of My Father, if you look at the book, In the Dreams of My Father, I've looked at this book, and I'm a student of literature. And in this book, I've looked at the theme which is running through, In the Dreams of My Father. It means that the book actually is anchored on those dreams, which is the theme of the book. In any literature book, you must look at the theme. And the theme of the book is, In the Dreams of My Father. The father was very, very visionary. And in this book, what is unique is that giving is emphasized. And I can assure you that God loves a cheerful giver. Each man must give as he decides in his heart, and not reluctantly and not under compulsion. And it so happens that in chapter 9 of this book is where giving is also captured. His father was also a cheerful giver and is living in that dream. The first dreams about Dr. Ong'Ech was that when he was at 11 years old, his father had a dream that he would be a great medical doctor, and it came to pass. And when finally Dr. Ong'Ech got married to Beatrice, his father dreamt that he would give birth to a boy and name that boy after his father, and it came to pass. His father also dreamt that he would give birth to a girl, which also came to pass, and the girl was named after Dr. Ong'Ech's mother, just the same way the father told him.
My name is Beatrice Odero. I'm representing the nuclear family for John Odero. On this launch of his first autobiography, I'd like to officially introduce our family. We are a family of 5 children, 3 boys and 2 girls. So the firstborn is Jeremy Odero, secondborn is Grace Odero, thirdborn is Humphrey Dave Odero, fourthborn is Jerry Ong'Ech Odero, and our lastborn is Zippy Odero.
Father, being the man that he is, he was quite strict and enforced values of hard work and discipline early on from childhood. He was a cheerful man. However, all fun and no work was not a principle that he tolerated. It was always good to have a balance in life. If you're going to play hard, you also had to work just as hard. Whenever we needed something, he always made sure that we'd never lack for it. no matter what it was, he would always find a way to provide for us, from paying for our school fees, paying for even extra transport for us so that we can stay in school, study some more. If we needed to go hang out with our friends or chill, maybe at the mall, he'd also provide us with whatever we needed, be it transport, money. He was, what I can say, he was always there for us when we needed him to be.
My name is Grace Odero. I'm the second born in the Odero family and the firstborn daughter. I'm currently in medical school in the Philippines. I go to Cebu Institute of Medicine. I'm in third year out of 4. My siblings are my best friends, I'd say. I really enjoy hanging out with them. It's like, it's one thing to be tied by blood, that, okay, we are living in the same house, we're stuck together, but I genuinely enjoy spending time with them. When I hang out with my siblings, it's like a light in my life. My dad has always encouraged me to strive for my best academically. He was always there, ready to be the chairman in the PTA in my primary school, in my high school, and even afforded me and paid for my fees to go study abroad in the Philippines for medical school. I was able to do a pre-medicine degree. I've done BS biology before I joined med school there. Okay, so my dad is someone who's always been there for me and always shows up for me as long as it's within his capabilities. He's done his best to protect me from the harsh realities of the world without putting me in a way that I'll be naive. Like, he exposes me but still leaves me with like a promise that he'll always be there for me no matter what, as long as he's able to. And that's usually comforting, knowing that no matter what I face in this world, I can always go back to my dad. I'd say most importantly, discipline and hard work. I think my dad has taught me that you're not going to always want to wake up and do what you have to do, but with discipline, you just train yourself, because you have to wake up and you have to deal with the world every single day. And so even on the days that it's hard, my dad has taught me discipline. My dad has taught me that you have to learn to be your own cheerleader. You have to learn to wake yourself up, to be there for yourself, to show up for yourself before you expect other people to show up for you.
The character in him is very rich, and he's a person who is determined, who has a passion, who is humorous, who is hardworking, and all these qualities that I've just mentioned and more has come out of this book in ways that is just not gonna form part of the book, but is gonna inspire even the next generations as they will be going through this book.
The book is a very moving book. It gives a story of a top professional in Africa. Many professionals fear writing about themselves. I would encourage professionals, please take courage. Daktari has shown you the way. Please don't shy away. This is the direction to take. We need to document a lot of our people. We need not wait until you are dead, then people start digging information about you, most of which will not be right. In fact, Mr. Ong'Ech, Jeremiah, when I was writing his first book, 2018, he used to commonly tell me, Wanyakagwa, Nyakwara, write details, correct facts about me. Because I don't want anybody to come and lie, peddle lies when I'm dead. That's what Mzee used to say. I would dare share the same to professionals. Please, write something about yourself while you are alive. As we go to launch this book on the 5th of February, almost 1 year since Mzee Ong'Ech passed away, we look forward to you joining us and you purchasing this book. There will be copies available. Other copies are available on Amazon, but we have chosen to make it easier for you, to make them available around. Please enjoy the reading. Thank you so much.
By reading this book, many people get inspired, see the challenges that we faced at different levels in life. And where I am today, I think I'm a happy man. I can say I have nothing to regret now. I'm very, very happy that those challenges made me who I am. So I do encourage doctors, scholars, young people to read this book. There are many lessons to learn in the work, in the life, the path You can start small or end big. Okay? You fix your eye on the prize, on the goal. So you keep going. Okay? You keep going. And I'm not yet done. I'm still going. I did this book at 55, as I said. It's the age that my father retired. That's the age when people used to retire. And I feel that when you retire, you need to put it down. What is not put down, it's not done. Okay, so you can see lots of publications that I've done. They're all here listed. That have changed policy in health. There are publications that I've been involved. I've had grants from Bill and Melinda Gates. You know, I've had grants from World Health Organization to do research. National Institute of Health, the people who provide big research grants. And some of the research studies that I've done have actually changed the global health policy. You know, like one of the studies that I did when I was at EGPA called Models of Care in the field of HIV-exposed infants, maternal child health care. That became a global standard of care in the whole world. And if you Google today, you find it was being discussed across universities in the United States, just discussing the simple research that this boy born under Kobo tree is able to bring to the entire world. People who are born in nice hospitals, which have the state-of-the-art equipment in the United States, can discuss the research done by this kind of brain. So I'm really proud of my life. I think the story must be told. People must read and see, you know, from humility to international award-winning doctor. You know, it's a good story, a good ending. So I think that's my story, and I encourage people to read and buy. You can get it online, Amazon, just Google, you get the link, and you can order, and it can be delivered at your doorsteps. Copies will also be available in my office. I can autograph them. And let's keep reading. Let's be better. You live, you learn. Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor Augustine Otieno Afolo, for inspiring me to write this book. And I hope it will continue to inspire many people and make a difference in many people's lives. Thank you very much for dedicating your time and making it out in a record of time. It was like how many months? 3 months, yeah. What a record of time to do an autobiography, 400 and?
Because of your push.
Yeah, thank you. How many pages was that?
And your support and cooperation.
403 pages, yeah, in a record of 3 months for an entire life history like this is. Thank you.
That's my work.
Thank you, Prof.
Me to do it.
Yes.
Thank you so
much. And we look forward to many professionals doing this so that we write our history, and our history should influence others to make an impact into this world.
Sure.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Jerry Odero. Daddy is the best. Daddy is good and Daddy is strong. And Daddy always protects me. Congratulations, Daddy.
All right. Now we are getting to almost the climax of this book. So I will make my speech, but since I'll be talking about the book, I really apologize. I see people, I love you, but forgive me, today is my day. I've seen people from Uganda, where Ong'Ech came from. I've seen all the dignitaries, but just allow me to, I'm the center stage. So I acknowledge you. I am happy you came, but even if you don't come in front here, please, it doesn't mean you're a lesser person. Just allow me to launch this book. You are being watched now live everywhere in the world as I speak. Somebody just called me from Canada is watching it in the US. So I want to do it my own way so that it remains a legacy to inspire not only my children, but the community and the future generation that will be there. So I just want you to see this man called Professor Augustine Afolo Otieno. He's not really coming to speak, but just coming to greet you. You've heard him speak. He's the one who inspired me to write the book. So let him come and just wave.
You have seen it all. Thank you so much. Yeah, that is professional. You can see very brief to the point, okay? So that's how it's going to be. So the next, I want to start, I will do a very brief speech. You've had it all there. But I will read the dedication and acknowledgement part of the book, and only speak for 1 minute and we go on. So my dedication to this book is that I have dedicated this book to my late father, Jeremiah Ong'Ech. My late father, together with my mother, Sipora Achieng Ong'Ech, Nyaroganga Nyomberi, Nyapela, Enka. That raised me from a humble beginning to award-winning medical doctor, international with global recognition. The dreams of my father started with him attending Usenge Primary School in 1935 when he was 11 years. The compound of the Usenge sector school he attended way back then later became the current Usenge High School, where he later took me. This is the place that shaped my future. And when I was 11 years old, I remember we were riding in a bicycle from Nyamonye, coming home, and he told me that he had a vision that I would be one day a medical doctor. And indeed, this came to pass. My father lived a life full of service to the community and helping others. A life of honesty, hard work, and integrity. He set for me a path that I've followed all my life. I believe I've lived in the dreams of my father. I acknowledge the editor of my autobiography, Professor Augustine Otieno Fulo, for inspiring me to do this at this time of my life. I remember when I told Honorable Ochanda MP Obondo, whom we were in school together, and today I'm bullying him, he wanted to go away. I told him there's nowhere he's going. Because when he was in Jusa, I was in Majingo, he knows what the records were like. And we went to the University of Nairobi same day. So today, he has set politics aside and he's sitting here up to the end of my speech. All down. So, I told Honorable Chanda Bondempi that I'm writing my autobiography. Oh, Chanda said, why don't you wait and write it like when Oburu Dinga wrote it at 90-something? I told Ochanda, what the hell? So I'm ordering Honorable Chanda, MP Bondo, before the next term to write his autobiography. You want to see, you've done a lot, Mashamiwa. So don't wait to write your book at the age of Oburu Dinga. That was his time. Our time is now. Professor Menya is sitting next to you there. He should give you a long, long lecture. He's already writing his. He's one of the people I mentored. I know Menya is also a great man, from Majingo to Alliance to all those, the best. So he will tutor you that you must write your autobiography. He's already started writing his. So Professor Augustine really inspired me, and so I read this. Even my father inspired him and wrote his memoir when he was alive. I acknowledge my family, the Odero Ong'Ech family, for the support and encouragement they have given me. The great Ong'Ech family, led by retired Mwalimu Chieng Ong'Ech, who provided the foundation of my education and the necessary social support that shaped me and led me to a wonderful journey in my life that is documented in my memos. I'm very grateful to friends and relatives that have taken the time to make their contribution for this piece. Most of my entire career as a doctor was spent at Kenyatta National Hospital. I'm therefore very grateful for this great institution for making me a great doctor. Finally, I'm grateful to the United States of America Embassy that gave me a Fulbright scholarship under the Hubert Humphrey Fellows to study in the United States of America, that exposed me to the international community that was again changing the history. And I saw somebody also mentored here. I went to the same scholarship. Alicia, wherever you are, since I've talked about that scholarship, yes. So he was also a Fulbright alumni, scholar at Emory University, courtesy of Dr. Ong'Ech. I'm proud of you. All right, so my speech, I say, will be short. That's
what I can say. The only thing I can say, this is a must-read book. Take home here is that every life of my life I've faced challenge. And those challenges have had a solution to them. There is no single chapter that you not see a challenge. Whether when you are in class 1, whether social life, up to the end. But those challenges, their solutions. So don't sit there and tell me just whine about your problems. Okay? Don't challenge me and just whine about your problems. Okay? Problems, you must turn them to solutions and for the better of the society. So that's my speech. So now I'm going to go to a section called donation of the book. So when I call you here, that is the only chance that you'll have to come here and greet the people. If you have something to say, I'm timing it, strictly 1 minute. So Ochanda might take 1.5 minutes, having been my classmate and my MP. So I will, first of all, because I thank God for this, and today we're talking about 2 books. Although mine takes the center stage, but there's a book that Augustine wrote about my father. His legacy lives on, and you've heard about the legacy. This book covers from the time he was buried to 1 year was life, and there is my book here. So I want to give these 2 books to the church officially, because everything starts with God. All right. So Reverend, put this in the Paris. These are the great books that bless them, so that we will live longer and fulfill those dreams and inspire many people. Thank you. So, you want to say something, Reverend?
Maybe I don't have much to say because we have done all the things we are doing here. We're grateful. And I reserve my comments after I've read these books. Maybe I will leave my comments. Otherwise, thank you so much, and I encourage all the professionals to do the same.
So, as legacy lives on, the first legacy should be my wife. So I want to take this opportunity to call Beatrice Odero, the love of my life, to present this book to her that is part of continuity of my legacy. Thank you very much for making this. You can say something.
I'm humbled. Thank you guys for coming. This was indeed a job well done. And as everyone else is saying, professionals who are here, please follow the lead because it's good to note down what you've done in your lifetime. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you very much. All right, as you see, that is how we are going to go. So when you come here, you follow the Nyayo. Now, I will take this opportunity because my children must live forward my legacy. So the legacy is Jeremiah, Naomi, my wife, our children. I want to call my firstborn son, called Jeremy Ong'Ech Odero. I have to make an announcement here that 2 of my children have been named after my father, and this was his directive. So Jeremy was the firstborn, and I want to take this opportunity to present the book to Jeremy Ong'Ech Odero to make sure legacy of Ms. Ong'Ech, legacy of Odero Ong'Ech lives on. Young man, take it. And it's your time to make a 30-second comment.
I would like to say thank you for this opportunity. I'd gotten a small snippet of a book, but even I hope as I grow up, I aim to live also in the dreams of my family. Thank you.
All right, make it happen. I want to call 2 people here. One is my daughter Grace Odero and Lavenda Ochieng. Lavenda is my niece. There's a reason why I'm calling both of them together. These are the 2 people in the family who are pursuing degree as doctors, Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery. Lavenda, we've tried to look at record. Lavenda went in Nyamira Girls. I've seen engineer Rege there. But Lavenda seems to be the only lady who has done medicine from Nyamira Girls or engineer Rege. We have looked at the records as stand corrected. Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery from Nyamira Girls. Yeah, German. Yes, thank you, engineer. Thank you. Yes. And We have Grace, my daughter, who is also pursuing Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery. Mwalimu Ching said they share a lot in common. Interestingly, at Form 4, they scored the same grades. Okay? And now they're both pursuing medicine. And I want to now present these books to them so that the legacy of medicine continue. Now we have another legacy, Dr. Roslyn Ogola Ong'Ech Mwangale, who is now a doctor in the United States of America. She's not here, but that's part of the legacy continues. We have others who are in health. Mercy, you can come here in health. There's a nurse at Kenyatta National Hospital. So the people we've inspired, anybody in health here, I always see Akinonyango saying health informatics is health. Jackie claiming that sociology is health. But yes, I recognize you where you are. All right, so I'll give you a book some other time. I just wanted to show the legacy in health. So you can see it now, Mercy. So I'll give these two ladies. They are the ones also who are selling the book there. So as soon as I have launched, you pass over there. They have a pay bill number. They are very good with money. They all both got A's in mathematics in Form 4. A, start A. And then it was, if you go there, it is A top 100 in the country, not just A. That A that if you look at the real marks, so they will be able to count the money very well. So I'll start by Grace, my daughter. So, I hope you write now your book will be in the footsteps of your father. And so say something before I give Lavender.
It's been very inspiring to see the strides my dad has made in healthcare, the lives he's touched, and I hope that I'll be able to live up to that also and write a book on the footsteps of following the footsteps of my father.
And then my lovely niece, Dr. Lavender, just about to finish at the University of Nairobi, Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery. You know, when we're in the university, where is Honorable Chanda? When we're in the university, that was the degree. Then the other degrees, we used to call them others. But no worries. All right. Congratulations, Lavender.
I'm happy and humbled to be part of the legacy, and I feel challenged. Thank you so much for the book.
All right, so I'll continue. At that point, I want to pause and remember where I came from. So there's a book I want to present, Mama Sipora Achieng Ong'Ech Nyarkowil. Nyarombere, Agnes Nyaroganga, Anyalo Pako Nyakaking. Come with cameras here. When I give you my mother book, it's not a joke. Now, the next session, I want to provide books to the children of Sipora Achieng. And then Mwalimu Ching will come and make some comments. You receive the book last. And then Ochanda, get ready with your encourage. I have to also respect power. You probably just get ready. You'll probably be coming next. So I will start with the house of Akot late. So Mercy, who is the firstborn of Akot, nurse at Kenyatta National Hospital. You will come forward and receive the book on behalf of the entire family. Okay, congratulations, Kanu. Now say something.
Okay, thank you so much to my relative, to my people, to the society, because without support, we cannot make it to this level. Dr. Ong'Ech loves me and I love him too. Thank you so much. He inspires me a lot.
Okay, so next in the line is Ong'Ech Benta. Ong'Ech Benta is my sister. So we'll also come and receive a book.
Nashukuru Mungu sana, daktari amefanya bidii ndio hata hii family imekuwa hapa. Nashukuru Mungu sana. Usifanye tu clap, usipige tu makofi tu ya daktari.
Yes, it's my immediate, the one following me. And now I go to my seniors. My senior next will be Margaret Auma Ong'Ech, who we shared a lot of life together. We grew up together. Madongo got almost the same time to come and receive a book. And Nyatora, it's your turn. So in this book I've written all the struggles we had in life. All the everything, gloom, here. To buy school uniform and to move where we are. So you can receive this book. Good afternoon,
everyone. First of all, I thank God for the journey he has been with us, and also thank Dr. Ong'Ech for having followed the legacy my dad left for him. Thank you so much.
Now these are my seniors. Mary Ong'Ech, Nyogam, firstborn daughter of Mzee. It's your turn. Yeah, and even all this catering you are seeing here, this is Ong'Ech catering. This is in charge from Nyakach. Ong'Ech catering. Legacy continues.
Agoero kamano ne kanisa gi ji duto mobiro ka. Awinjo kiwacho wach moro ni Dr. Odero ne ting'o ga saa e lwete kama. Noringo ga to wan ema nokwongo ndiko wa mondo rit tich. Wan e late comers. Waromo kode kosechiemo odok. To kwadok to wan ema nyingwa ni malo. Mano naneno gi wang'a na witness. Eru kamano.
And finally, I will, before I give a book to Ong'Ech, I will give a book to the family of Darmas Ogola, but I can see it's taken a short call. Yeah, but there will be a book available to my elder brother, Ogola Ong'Ech. So, in absentia, we'll call Ong'Ech to receive a book. As I stated, he's the one who led the people who paid my school fees and shaped my social life. So I want to officially hand over this book to him and give him a minute or so to make a remark. Thank you very much for the hard work in paying school fees. Until now, I'm somebody.
Thank you very much, Daktari. In fact, I miss words to express my happiness at this juncture. I only want to remind those who are going to receive this book. There is chapter 9 that really inspired me, and you should take it as a priority to read before you read the other content. It carries the quote or prelude. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. The greatness of a community is most accurately measured by compassion actions of its members. A person's most useful asset is not a head full of knowledge, but a heart full of love, an ear ready to listen, a hand willing to help others. I think that message is very, 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 very categorical to those who are our leaders, those who are our brothers who aspire to help others. Wise rise by lifting others. And lastly, retirement is a beneficiary for those who calculate well and focus. I thank Daktari for opting to retire early. I really complained. I told him, even Kenyatta, I think I'm seeing a human resource person, a very, very senior person, Uchenga Fuller here. They are the one processing the retirement, but I complained. Why was your letter signed earlier before you retire? But he told me, sky is the limit. He is focused. He knows where he's going, and we are going to see the results. May God bless you, Daktari. We are seeing the results. We are seeing the books. We are seeing well-organized a program, and you have invited all Imbo people here to witness your success. Thank you very much. For those who are, Daktari is not a politician, and I want to emphasize this. So don't brag anything politics taking his direction. That one is not in his life. I know he's friend to politicians, but he's not directing his vision to politics to become a politician in the waiting. I know Dr. Chanda knows this. Thank you very much. Can that gentleman just wave, because this is my ticket? Yeah, just stand and wave. We recognize you. You bought us a bowl when Dad passed on. You are with us at the first anniversary. I know you owe us a lot. Thank you very much.
I'll be going through a list of people I went to school with, but since my age mate had requested there's something to do, but I will call someone to invite him. We have a very progressive youth leader in this community who was close to my father, and they had a lot of discussions with my father on leadership. So I'll call him to welcome. I think he also has political ambitions. So I've seen him, the one who told me Chanda is here. So I'll call him to, I'll give him a book, having done very well, and ask him to invite Chanda. Is Moses Owin Oginga. Owin Oginga is my cousin. So I give you this book, Moses, which reflects challenges I've had in life, and I've made solutions. I know you've had challenges, there must be solution. So take this book, read it. There's a chapter on leadership. I've been a great leader. So I will give you this chance to say something and call my age mate, because you told me you're the one who welcomed me in this area.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ong'Ech. I'm Moses Owin Oginga. I'll not say so much. I had contributed in page 360, this book, maybe you can read. We are sharing a lot with Daktari. Daktari was born under Kogo tree, and I was born under Siala tree. Daktari went to Senge High School. I also went to Senge High School. But there's something I also noticed as Daktari was growing up. He has really inspired this community. We are whom we are because of Daktari. We are a very humble community, but because he has tried to relate with every family, 5 years back, almost 6 years back, the entire Kambore that are living here, we could not have somebody that had got a degree in every family. But today we have more than 10 degrees just through the hand of Daktari. We thank you so much. We love you, but don't stop helping others. Kindly continue holding hands of every person that comes to you, and let your leadership go beyond this community. I want to take this opportunity to call upon Dr. Chanda to come and say something. Karibu Bunge.
So as Ochanda is being invited, we have a long history with Ochanda. When he was in Bakanyago Secondary, when he was in Jusa, I was in Majengo. When he was in Bakanyago, when he was in Mbira, I was in Kericho High. When he was in the university, we registered with him the same day. So we walked the journey. I've seen Ochanda in all ways. That's today, you're wondering, I'm bullying the member of parliament. But you can't say anything. Welcome, brother. I have to give you a book so that you go and, no, I've already given you. Yeah, so, but it has to be copied. This thing is on the YouTube. I give you. Then I'll return it. For symbolically, for the entire Bondo constituency, MP Bondo, hereby, I give you this book to inspire people in Bondo constituency that they read and get inspired to be okay. And write about themselves, yes, in their own words. Karibu Mheshimiwa.
Now, thanks so much, Daktari. The number of minutes that he has given me, I'll definitely disobey. That's where I'll start from. I'll definitely disobey. Now, Odero, Daktari, and the morning of the kind to confirm in Mondeko. So, Mondomia confirm in Mondeko. Then I can count the number of minutes Marom recommended presentation Makitab, Mabu. Yeah? But I want to make it very short. What I'm trying to say is this, that if you look at the book, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, is basically a bringing. And it is that upbringing where I want to confirm that we are age mates, number one. It's already alluded to a number of things, but the most important thing is that we are age mates. We were born the same year. During those times, which are completely different from the times of today, completely different. Between Koma and Ogam, these were big distances, long distances. Nowadays, I see people take few minutes and they're here, but there were distances that when people were talking about, no, you are coming to Ogam or you are going to Ragak or something like that, it's like you are going for a big, long journey. But the most important thing is that I want to confirm that Daktari has done very well in terms of coming out of the book. I'm also confirming that I asked him why he was doing it now. Why he was doing it now. He gave me an answer that he wants to have time to do it in volumes. Because I was asking myself, why should I do a story about myself in case God is still good to me that can add me 10 years? I want to believe that in 10 years, maybe at his peak of doing things. So it means that when the book is done now, some of the things that will have written will be missing, will be out. But he reminded me that, no, don't worry, Edmund. I'll do it in stages. I'll do it in volumes. And I want to believe if that direction is so good, Agus is also our Edmund, Dr. Professor Follow, who was here and who basically also looked at the text, was also our Edmund. We were going the same time in school. So he has also confirmed to me there that no, the best is to write it. The best is to write what you are able to write at that specific time. It's only saying that no, you are saying if God is good to you, but God may not choose to be good to you all the time. You may not be there tomorrow. So God's time, you never know. So I think I'm encouraged that this kind of an exercise is necessary. There are a lot more things that we can write. We've been here, and I want to believe that people want to read about ourselves and also to inspire many more other people. In this home, apparently, the choice of the day that is very wonderful. It has also given me the opportunity because I missed the burial of Dr. Ong'Ech, of Mzee Ong'Ech. Kwara, ilogono okuku, enoda atieno no nyamuhore. Yeah? Atieno nyamuhore, enya dalani. So, enda uonwa, so endana. And that's exactly how I'm so close to this home in many other respects. Mzee and go very close, very close. I remember sometime, Mzee just called me here to Kano, Nakwara, I look at it, don't you get a cow rombo, Monday the jam. Our $9, no kind of blue cow rombo, Kabodiambo. No, we need to take when you grow daily, you can change, some other baby in a Jimmy. No matter me around. So I think that is it. As we do the anniversary, it's also good that we're also doing a very important thing. People, those who have done authorship, people who have written and have known what writing means, will never choose to do a launch of a text like this in the village. Yeah? I don't know how many have ever had do that. You never do it in the village. So, Daktari, this is also unique in its own sense, that you are bringing this and you are doing it in the village. And this one, I watch the Dala Wakatajo Thurua. Gini Oksonga. Gini Oksonga. Mangatu work no bilo songo renugo. No, Oken Songa. Mani, wayudu thuolo, mawe jomoko, kata bende puonjo rego, ibende yude jingo mati mugiri. Mane tiyan timugiri. Oken korono dero timo kan nyo en gi pesa moro biro sungonwa. Mano oken sunga. Ang'eyo ni ji mang'eny moko ng'iye that way, and moko ba winjo ga, na ba ng'eda ba ndane kor gweng' ka moko winjo kata kian. So it's not sunga. Yeah, the choice of the venue of why and when this is done is very good in my view. But aparo dinebe nwayalo timo gini in a manner moro mano bedo gimoro mwa own a bigger group of us mondo ji mang'eny obeda ne kan moloyo kata jothurwa gi obikae mondo ng'e kama pinyo ae kod kama piny dhiye. Ji mang'eny wuoyo abaramache kor tuoro kaka gikalo gi kiak magik moko no ae. Yeah? So ae ka koro ng'ato temo nyiso no mar mondo jiw no nyithindo iniketo ne mano sunga. So it can't be sunga. Mani e monego bed nyithiwa learn from in kanene nafas ni okitiyogo or nene okibedo ga nafas mar bedo kaka jomoko nego bedi. Please allow nyikwayi, allow nyithindi mondo mi obi learn from some of these things so that they become people. Everybody has to do some contribution in their lives. And the best way to do those kind of contributions, any kineno gima jomoko bendo timo. Gik modero ndiko kage, some of them, in fact ng'enygi, ondiko gik ma ubedo encouraged o moko moneno kadhi mbele. Wan godero osomo Majengo e primary school 79, 78, 80 chien kucho. And I didn't know him. So nyingewa iyudo kama akso duogo. Nwatimo Imbo mock. Yeah, we were doing a mock for our Imbo primary schools that time. And there were not many. What is called West Imbo for now or today just had 4 schools. Think of just Lower, Sanda, Usenge, and Kanyibok. That was it. Those are the many other schools that are there, they were not there. Kibiro Koni, there's Nyangera, then Josa, Ramogi, Barkanyango, Mago, Magnan, my Kurika were never there. I think we hardly had 15 schools. But then we were doing our mocks, joint mocks. And we got to know who is who, where, which school. And that's how I got to know that giving your results, Mama Jengo, Namekwango ng'iyo kuno, idhi ng'iyo ko John, Odero, Ong'Ech ni kuno. Kidhi ng'iyo Majusa, idhi manyo ng'awa, idhi neno ko Chanda, Ogola, Gideon ni kuno. And that's how we got to know one another. Ko ai tinwa. So look at that at Jusa level, Jusa primary school level. Ka Jusa, ano luonga yala okadhi. Odero luonga Chanda okodhi. Yeah? Ano luonga Chanda okodhi. Why? Olao joma ne ong'eyo mano Majengo mane Usenge emomiyo odok kanye wacho no dhi Usenge. An sama duoka bar Kanyango to minwa ng'iyo ni bar Kanyango status mare olokore, sirikal okawo the government school koro chaki. At the same time Joel Ngoyo Mondo obiro kaka principal, gimatimo ne principal, that was a headmaster. Obiro to minwa wacho no ka school koro gine kama idhi omango yala ti nyathina idhi neg kucha. Bullying nene lich. Bullying nene lich. So I don't know Kanyango. That's exactly. So what you go school, kwa there from one, both of us didn't go to the schools but no luongwai. So kwa akanyo there Kericho higher. Another Mbira higher. Kwa higher, Odero went out to work in the university. But before that, a bugeka ondiko gemoro mane okotimo. Between A level and university, Jinethiga NYS. So one, Othungwa mwa training wa the NYS to Odero to rindore number the okaw certificate tomorrow. O the okaw certificate tomorrow kuom Dr. Ayanga. Ninya thini dende rachaga kikidhi kucha biro tho. So kanye mwagwenyore Martin Godero. Then kwa tieko ken wachako join the university the same time. You know what was interesting when we were out of school kaje the university. Gazette Makenya ka kuwuok chiengno wuok to pangi nyinge jiduto mokalo ma the university kanyo. And the total number of nyithindo at the university were 2,600. The whole country. Indi kandike gine kanyo. Koro jodongo moko ni nika Nyamonyi Kamnyao Gidhi bedo piny gi gazet mar mano wuok ni gigoro gi kalam nyithi Imbo. ithimbe tie maembe kacha. So gibet kanyo, gigoro koka yudo nyangi nyathimbo ni tigoro buoye kalam ni pup, tikao ndiga, gi gazet, itene wuonu. So gigi Odero adwana wachi daka achiel ya. So what I'm trying to say, and there's quite a bit that we have shared in common. We are age mates. There are things that we've learned and we've done together, and it's really encouraging that what you've been, you are able to do them in a book. So I'm now trying also to convince, and I'm trying to, Professor Menya, there, when we were in standard 7, he was in class 3. Sama Dr. Odero ne ringo majengo class 7, nera ma Professor Menya ne class 3. And they have also encouraged me quite a bit that we need to do. I also need to write something, which I've agreed. I'm going to do. I must piece up. And I think I may be having a much more richer background than I could be having a much more richer background because okanena kondega kan no lupo, okanena kondega okanena kondega kakano diga boto, okanena so there's quite a bit, but I think those are things that can really encourage all of us to do something. I think that's the extent that I want to say this, which like he had also said, it's not a political event. The community, and I really appreciate this. But we must remember, we must remember that we are in an election year. That's number one. And election year is a unique one. One got a chance, Marbedo in the leadership, the presidency in this country for the first time again. Acquire. Please, wadu to wago machiemo wangianen. What is it? Mwanyalo temo. Kaen kao kura. Angoma mono wakawe. Kaen register no wach marupandi. Angoma mono mondo me this time round. Onge Raila moro kendo after these elections. Raila nimnatiere as a candidate in 2022. Moro machielo onge. Aya mondo me jaluo onagi moro chakubi obede position kama nyo Raila chopeni. Kanimero bro kawo wa time. Nejo imbo mane luoro mabena ngen jowage moko nigo. Yani giro ni yawa to ka gini ochando ae. To jaimbo kero no bedi MP moro higa mane. So we must work in a manner by the end of period mwadhieni awuogi office ka joimbo konu ube ose miu constituency. Ular kendu ka uluoro ga josakwa. Yeah? Mondo koru dongo ular kendu. And we are already working on that. Kuro kudhia kura this time around, the uru kuyao wangu. Ne kamado kieni, nyo mea thuolo jo imbo nyo bet peny mo kanao chanda dogo nwamne MP ka. Kikitingi tiendi, itero waka moro mane okudwa chope. So please, kanya me dogye, to ayo kuro warengi, iyo moro mwanyalo yudoga ngowa, constituency mbele ka. Abro chako encourage no nyuol, nikech constituency, iyudo kod population, kod kwan marji. But yero mwadhieni, to ngatu kiku wuondu, pesa to ng'eny ndi. Pesa, jo uru kaka dinyal. Pesa ko yudo kame jowe, timnadi, jo. So yo fuko, pesa ngatu olo ni nono. To wich, maneno me olo pesa kande, oken wich moro manyalo konyo wa bondo ka, eru kaman.
My father taught me I respect leadership, so I allowed my age mate to talk and also talk politics. Now, the next level, I went to school, so I'll be calling people who went to different schools. So I want to call the people who went to Majengo Primary School, led by my former teacher, George Solomon Oriaro. Ngatangara manusumu Majengo Primary School. I want you here. Okabimi ubugeta jimuka Professor Menya gini pesa. But I want you here. Anybody who went to Majengo Primary School, I want my teacher, head teacher was here. George Solomon Oriaro was my head teacher to lead the group. Anybody who went to Majengo Primary School to come here, Majengo Primary School. If you went to Majengo Primary School, they are here, Majengo Primary School, okay?
Koro majengo ka wan gi majengo aneno ka koro gipogore joma ne jo class mokore majengo primary school. Koro ma school monogola koro ka ging'ere jatelo gin ka. Koro majengo primary school ka nitie joma biro miyo buge, ok abi miyo ji te. Koro japuonj Odero ma biro miyo last nikech en ema obuyo last ko represent majengo. Koro auma ni somo majengo nyaminwa koro asemi buk koro nya bet waro chako sort ji out. Wane kanyo ogot babu majengo primary school nasemi book, thank you. Vise wuoyo koro nyalo bet. Wane kendo kanyo majengo gi ng'eny. Aneno osiepna mara piem go kwano Eli Rogo. Inya paro Rogo to nodhi otimo CP kamoro nono kendo. Around 36 points. Odhi maranda. I'm very happy to see you there. Koro adwa miyo japuonj Odero biro wuoyo last. Aneno Bishop Aneni apani to nyakang na mi book import it money. Prana joma dwa sort out moko mi book. Kapengure ni pesa bwana. Bara acknowledge Odhiamanam mano majengo ene motimo constructions mani dalaka pesa bengo koro kabimi book but acknowledge jaka baba koro nya bet opuk nya sego nyinyoro no somo kri majengo erokamano. Koro tulo jomoko tima bro wuoyo on your behalf koro kasewa joti beta beto puk. Anyango nyaka muhore abo miyo joka muhore book no somo kodi majengo erokamano. Jaduong inabro luongi Usenge group. Usenge biro next. Koro inya bet waneno mano majengo. Moko majengo moko tie kama senior kata odongo wadwa gini. Hey, koro go dia mage joma senior. Ang na mi book to koro bed. Grace, give me some books there. Bring some books there. I want to give these seniors like about 5 books quickly. So abo mi book koro odongo odu mama we appreciate kata kaka mi thuolo to koro biura bi uka book mondo dhi nitie kaka atime koro kamano odu manas Maresia mane mama we mane luo minwa ing'eyo dongo odu manas erokamano ero to en ngano udi obudho erokamano jaka baba. Koro timni ayano japuonj ma senior japuonj ne ng'ama somo japuonj bi ami book japuonj okelo mano japuonj kanisa be erokamano japuonj. Koro isoma som stochwan kanyo nyaka kukela bei nomiyo ogon baba wadala gi weche te mag Anglican kanyo erokamano. Odwa wache gimoro matin.
Opak Ruoth Jokristo. Apuonjo ga nyithindo moko matindo kuchande ni ber bedo but buk ber biro bang'e. E gima koro timre kar kani ni. Buk ne omiyo in gima in no. Nyasaye ogwedhu.
Koro the bishop notelo nwa bishop ni adwa mi book. Bishop oko ni akano nene. Noloso ga mtokni moko makineno matinde nyithindo losi ginigi. Box ogoro mum to karing ndege bofu. Bishop ami book kendo wache gimoro ni inspire ogo majenga ahinya. In very creative wache gimoro matin bishop book be ami.
Ago erokamano ni daktari kendo he has been an encouragement to us. Anyalo wacho ni japuonj Oriaro mae headmaster mawuok e lwete majengo kawuok oko erokamano mwalimu. Japuonjo Dr. Odero gin achiel kuom jomomiyo majengo koro iluongo ni majengo nikech ogolo brains. Nyasaye mondo gwedhi.
Brief. Koro ing'ena chiegni chopi age mate koro Otieno Guda in youngest kanyo. Michael Otieno Guda ni biri yore ariyo. En kamuhore Orom to bende majengo alumni. Koro abo mi book wod Kamuore to kendo wod majengo alumni to bende inyalo mose jopiny kidwa moso bende mnadak achiel. Kata samoro kelo donation moro ka bende nyamna wacho no. En ma accountant motelo no Homa Bay County te. En pesa hapa no dwa miwa gimoro kae waketi kati memorial gine kacha waketi resource center kacha.
Erokamano daktari, awe ni dwa maya book mondo kiny adhi anyiew kocha. Karati otimre maber akaw manono lakini abo nyiew moro cha. Erokamano daktari, mind gima ber kendo kaka ndiseke encourage other members and your age mates. This is the time. In fact, like Sanika Kurwan Kodi, nyato nyalo paro ni ne milowa karana lui kitamna mara beach. So this is the time, and we are also going to take this time also to do ours as Daktari has done. Thank you.
Koro the age kuri nganga kame folie. Koro kaponi ne wani class abiriyo to ni class adek kuri bed ready. Koro one Professor Alfred Omenya. Alfred, you've heard him talk there. Alfred was also very brilliant. He was to Alliance, but he went to Majengo Alliance, topped the entire country. Did that, he checked man from Majengo to be first class honors, the best architecture student at Nairobi University, or the weights, South Africa, or the not masters to Jogwani, we are masters, or even a master's got PhD, para in Godale. So, it's quite icon and foundation of Majengo, and he was the chairman of my father's funeral committee, and so many things we've shared together. You saw it online. He's a professor of architecture, professor. Or me booked your name pesa nisel also.
Recommend Daktari. Just one second. My takeaway from this beautiful event is 4 things: family, friends, community, and education. Mheshimiwa, even at the political level, is the same thing. We want stronger family, well-educated people, strong communities with money in their pockets and food in their stomachs, even as we seek national power. Otherwise, Daktari, the rest, but it's also true that I'm not just one of the professors of architecture, or whatever it is. I'm actually one of the most celebrated architects in the entire continent of Africa. Currently, this year I'll be the chief judge of Commonwealth Architects Association. I sit in the committee of International Union of Architects. I was appointed last year a professor of University of Canberra, and there are very many things I'm doing for the world, even as we continue pushing the local agenda. This is beautiful, Daktari. You've challenged us. Unfortunately, I'm not doing my book immediately because Dr. Chanda has to do his first. But otherwise, if he's slow, I'll launch before him. Thank you.
Yeah, Koro wali order and here two people monotimo CP together ka Ben Opala so baras. I'll call Ben first. Ben Opala ni Joko Will. Ben Joko Will. Koro Jokania ko Will ka benu chung to Joko Will benu chung te. Ke chukoro koro ka oberanera. Koro Ben ka kaka jamajengo but ko Will en kama minu ai. Obera ni rani kanyo obero mbere kansela adwaro ka mondo obedote o represent ko Will samami oben buka to nera bine ni ani abate ka kech ko Will koro emelich koro mano ko Will koro Ben ni wago mabor wachako di mabor kra wonigi kane pokoto wonigi ne mane godfather na pala odoni wanna kode bega to bega wa mentor Woja ko chopo en principal mar secondary si punyo kanyo bwana en principals Makasembo Secondary School from Majengo. We've walked a long journey. What ko Will ito nyake wache ngomoro kata 30 seconds. So ben bide ja usenge koro anko nungu jo usenge to kami book moro but yes
ok danga wach mang'eny
ok dang tama gima dawachi e function machalo kama mobedo organized gimbasna kendo siepna. Jomo wuoyo kanyogo wacho almost everything mangato nyalo wacho kuom Odero Ong'Ech. The only thing manyalo medo kuom Odero ni ng'ani never forgets about where he has come from. Odero has traveled and wide. Odero has read a lot. Wherever he is, he thinks where he has come from. He thinks the people he worked with. We grew up together. We did so many things together. But the most important thing is min Odero and Nyamera. Koro Odero and Woodwire. Thank you so much, Arubuwagi Mary, without much trouble.
Kabisa. Koro adwa luongo in no nena nyaka wach gimoro ba mi book in koro in Agnes in everything.
Ero kamano waya asebiro so
wa mi book mondo kiwo book awacho kaka ne party sian kaya party yao party sia emno lemo bo chako dera ruba party kata kiwoyo kibiye jogo neni emno no onyo ching mo chaha go abura party monyuole Patricia Mbere kata ka entie do chungi mna ka ni jonene no lamo lejo moko chiemo bo nera dera ruba ni ginya mom otelo ni kamoro Nyangera dako bede ka onge dera ruba onge Nyangera nyakuluora adwa lo Nyangera dera ruba kwar jo Nyangera kamore ane ni ongoro inyiero kanyo bumia lo koro party mano party sinio emin kansela to party no ema wachi buka chane kano chaka akia nying mano chaka gitamre wacho na to na yuak kum dwe mangima to party ni lemo ga ki ngama lemo ma bine ka gini malaika biro en party ni party nyalo lemo ni no lemo bo eko reno dera ruba bo chaka ang na miye daka chelo wache kano nena poko wacho oko wache naga gino ka wache no nyera we ngani oka uwo mondi ka pati uwo nera.
Ero kamano anano bero umbere no mbere kapela apela kogowo ogowo karaj araj en araj ka molwar mochak wayani no nyinge en molwar okunyo ka benda obero mbere to kara araj moro ne nitie chon nuko babiro kaja history daktari en sa chuok to leadership mari yimbo adwa na losie to angena abro kethoni to koradwa ni chiemo ka nyithindo gi onyuolo moro koro gi chak ng'at miluongo ni super nuko parachi no sebetie obero sebetie to ung'ene oganda mar kamore ni karodi embane en kod thuono luo iluongo no gutu wot kipapi kamotingo okore wudo gonda kamiti ikwane Lwanda Magere giri ochopa time ma adwa wacho wach moto akadwa wacho kawuono nyase wache kane lul tabiro miyo history Agustin asendi ko history ka jo mosetelo yimbo ka chal to jakarodi pokwa miye loch wangni wamiyo jakarodi ero kamano wa wache party ere kaka ni lemo bo chako dera rubo itamre ga wacho na gino wache ya gudholuo kata ke go onde to lema kai
kaka no dero chak Odero ne 14 to ne yom koro Odero ne yuak min mare no tinge gutieno ka kele to ko chopi dot tabinjo ko yuak to ka ya dot aneno ka en supora ka min mare tinge ta chanu waya to ngami luongo no Odero aruban en ang'oni to wacha na ne en yuora tagmo moni luongo yuori Odero aruba ling ti kiki kendi chaki yuag mane kaka na chako Odero
komano mama pame urun mama mane Odero akuch karodi koro tere dani no kami booking gi pesa koro idhi kacha kanga se launch nyiewo koro next in line adwa luongo Eli Okelo Rogo erini masomo go Majengo tanomia ga loya ikwano na chaka bare kabisa kori form 4 anyo tugo kodomera to kano atimo siamok to biro ka number 1 or 2
apani japuonj nigi record to noringo dhi otimo CP Nyawita koro biro ka japuonj ting pesa koro kami book tioro M-Pesa ipuonjo Xaverian ipuonjo kwano wache matin kaka chiel mose jogi koro mama ma Kisumo bibiro mera mor wachie
Amos wono kweuru adokero kamano kuom chopo ka and I'm saying it's very interesting for those years since 1980s to date. And I'm proud of Daktari. He does remember all those who are below him also. Because I know there's when we had our head teacher, Banoriaro, he really assisted us and he helped us so much. For the moment, I'm also maths that we are contesting, which we're competing with him. That's the subject I'm teaching. And I'm grateful to those people who are there in Majengo Primary School, except we lost one. We're quite unfortunate about Elisha. But I believe that with that cohesion, working together, we shall be testing each other's wherever they are, wherever they are. I believe at one point, we shall have our own union as Majengo Primary, 1980.
Kamano Eli okelo rogo mane nyathi nyamin japuonjo yuer Eli koro ami book ti oro M-Pesa e namba cha ini pesa seloso pesa japuonj koro engineer bro luo last nikech in close gi gine koro age mate na Omondi James Omondi Owiti aluongi ka Omondi Owiti ni ne wan go Majengo wadhi go Usenge ondiki bugu ani malich ahinya ondiki bugu ni malich en japuonj mana pok ibedo headmaster en ok odwa bedo headmaster kaka marach kode koro nwasomo kode Usenge Wood Huntington Owiti the family mar Huntington Owiti nigi a lot of rich connection gi Ong'Ech koro japuonja mi ma in gi pesa ang oro na M-Pesa to mosie jogi
amoso chokruok kaka daktari owacho ne wasomo Majengo wasomo Usenge koro kanyal wacho mang'eny nikech I've written a piece here and I want you to buy it, give him the money. Adwa wacho gimoro achiel ni kang'iyo ngima wa Majengo Primary from where we went to Usenge Secondary School to ang'iyo ngima daktari sani ang'iyo ngima wa generally awacho ni kidhi chomo len idhi romo gi gik moko ariyo moro en lwang'ni moro en kich lwang'ni wuok kanyo gi tho kich to wuok kanyo gi yath erokamano uru
koro erokamano basna koro engineer Obara nen very close gi jaduong' Jeremiah Ong'Ech Obara ni en obiro ga bia limo jaduong' ka to nyiewo ne rech to tere kure kamoro amora ne gitimo mang'eny gi jaduong' mamoko be ok ginyisa ka jaduong' samoro gi sida ne to osenyiso engineer Obara an pok ang'eyo kata koro owachie modwa wacho engineer bo oseloso buk oseloso pesa adwa miye buk lakini pesa nyaka orona koro engineer be biro wacho manyalo wacho en gi donations mage gi kako paro vision mare wakwonga mi buk mondo engineer mondo obende kano Usenge odhi Sagungu obende nen record holder maber bodhi ko Majengo to dhi Sagungu dhi nyaka China bosomo gike misomo ma computer erokamano obende en bel ringa ne nitie gimoro mane japuonjo riaro balo keto ni joma rieke moketo bel ringa koro abedo bel ringa tamiye to miyo Professor Alfred Omenya wache matin onyagine be wan kata wati giri kae
erokamano abo wacho gima pogre about daktari mokwongo daktari en ng'ama reliable kendo respect kati bed na ng'ama tin especially profession ne kigo ni daktari sim be assured you'll get a call back. Mamano has been working ethics Kenya kai nyakidwar na ngato bidware but daktari the moment you call expect a call back to answer whatever you wanted that done. Jaduong not stand for so many things. Education is one of them. Dr. Ong'Ech personally also participate in weche mag education
Majengo as a whole, matinde ogamne waduogo waluongo ni Majengo podi. When it comes to Senge, Nyamonye, all the schools machiegni kodwa ka osetiye matek. Mawach somo, not just in their own family. Dr. Ong'Ech also participates very, very effectively, and this can be also said by others. So we shared with him quite briefly, Kech legacy maja duong. I felt ni, as much as we celebrate the day my launch of the book, no one also the anniversary mamze, we felt ni over time we can look at something very brief. One of them, I love early education, what we call ECD, others. Wadwane wayu dia thuolo mamatin wa support Ogam Nursery School. Jaduong wuoyo go so regularly on this, and we shared a lot. Koro an kaka biro na nge na biro na mosie jaduong gi pache iwacho Ogam Primary School, but this idea okan watieke kawuono, but you as one of the close friends of Daktari, watch education ni wamako matek, okang wachunu, tuwadwa ni mondo reach out to Daktari, and kisamior regi mama tincha mention Ogam Nursery School, not Ogam Primary, Ogam Nursery School. Srikal boy yude ko se tegno, but wamiye tego, wateko madware. Mi mnagi mama tin Daktari ka 10,000.
Julius Budana kanye. Ogam osiepna kendo ngamo somo go Majengo golo 10,000 mondo support go Ogam Nursery. Ere ngama ka pesa, onge ngama ka pesa kara waso fuka. Julius Buda onge kanyo. Ogam Nursery japuonj bende onge kanyo, magi kara joma koro pesa olal. Ene abro miyo, thank you very much Sam Engineer. Abro temo mondo pesa no chopu kuom jogam. In mipuonjo Ogam? Ipuonjo Ogam? In ipuonjo Nursery? Koso pesa no nyalal, opuonjo Nursery cheke uru maber. In e japuonj Nursery? Uyie ne japuonj Nursery? Aya, bikao pesa moa kum Engineer Sam Bara, gik mano budget manyo Julo wachoka mondo Nursery, Ogam Nursery, mondo be supported erokamano. Koro mogik, the general, ilongo ni George Solomon Oriaro Balu, mano meno bedo headmaster Majengo secondary, higni mang'eny, jogi tete mopuonjo. Koro general adwa mi book kuom puonjo maber. Koro neno matunda japuonjo ma dhi somie gik mane puonjo wan kanyo to wachie mosie nyithindi ni kae.
Kadho kuom kanisa giwelo duto mwan go ka. Mokwongo ago erokamano ni Dr. Ong'Ech. Usewinjo ni ne en my bell ringer. Ng'eny mondo qualify to be a bell ringer, makane sa okethore. To sana mamiye seko. Mamiye emotiyogo chakre okinyi nyaka odhiambo. Mano nyiso ni nyathi ma riek. Anyalo wacho ni Majengo ka antie. Nyasaye nokonyowa. An adhi Majengo ka bang' higni 10 nyithindo ok dhi secondary. To kwa donjo kanyo, Nyasaye okonyowa ma nyithindo dhi. Uneno kaka gichalo. Ma Dr. Menya ere, professor. Chunga kanyo. Uneno professor no. Mano wuoyi makawa chako 844 mar ariyo. To was the best boy e Bondo Giants. Asembo, Sakwa, Imbo, Uyoma. And when the best boy, Munoluongi Alliance, secondary muna nono. Achako gwahi 11 ma jogweng'. To berne jogno timo kinya junior ma abich kuom gi okadho. Sani kamno chak nyithindo 11 sani ni gwahia karibu 1000 gi wiye. Emomiyo an kaka japuonj anyalo jiwo somo jothurwa. Somo e kifungu mar ngima. Omiyo kata ka wan gi skunde wa mag primary, wa make sure ni skunde wagi somo dhiye iyo maber. To daktari ni en okewa bende mama ne nyamera mahasi wan okepangowa. Koro daktari agoyo erokamano maduong'.
Koro Usenge crew nika, Usenge ingeni is the pillar of this book, chief principal Usenge High School, chairman board Usenge High School engineer. I want the whole group Usenge board chairman engineer ndio somewhere okanya luo kapo kuwuoyo. Engineer ndio ongeka. Engineer ndio chairman board Usenge High School.
I'm not going to say that we acknowledge you. We're going to pay that. Diego, we last time.
most of the things osewacho about Dr. Ong'Ech, and I will not belabor that point further. Abro mna wacho gima otaya kode momako ngimana manyocha otimore machiegni kabisa. Joma kong'eyo, I was diagnosed with cancer of the colon. En achiel kuom cancer maricho ahinya. Gimomiyo nyaka wu about that, en Dr. Ong'Ech omiyo abedo who I am now. Kiwe Nyasaye. Ki Nyasaye be tiyo gi dhano mondo ikonyri. Kabedo diagnosed with cancer Aga Khan. That was on the 24th of February last year. No chanda. Nikech Dr. Mara ne wacho na ni nyaka kudi bed motegno. Nikech gimwa yudo kuomi ok ber ahinya to kwanyal panji one consultants. Much of it koro en chunyi nyaka bed motegno. I stepped out. Ngamana paro en Dr. Ong'Ech, because we grew up together. Osomo majengo tasomo nyamonye. Eni ngamane ne seto penj kocha taseto manyamonye. To wamak, to wan nyithindo nyithi school, pod wamako penj mwaseto. So we kept very close links kode. Kana step out ta gochone, ta inse daktari. Okan kuma bera inya. Jogi diagnose ne an gi cancer. Staging bendo se work. Okay, staging maber. And cancer of the colon. To nyisa mana very quickly ni oruna gigo. To gisim manyasani. Na oro ne gigo sechego. In a record time, no duoka. And to reproduce his words verbatim, no wacho niya. Ogono come to Nairobi immediately. I have assembled a team of doctors to take care of you. Mano knegi mayot. Agochone to nyisa ni winjo. Wuok dala kanyo immediately. Ase share results mekigi the best. Okadwar ni mondo tim ni surgery Kisumu. Doctors ma Kisumu go no. Inyalo to ilwetgi. I promised him, and I'll be strong, and I'll walk the talk. And that's exactly what I did. Adieri makende enene daktari took the lead. No kaugini as a personal challenge. Bo wacho nani na neno result, mapicha maneno eni kogono. Mano baba wa, oneno kagimi loro. Nikechani uwe kende kanyo. Daktari took charge. But me are one of the best. In fact, no watch on me are the best surgeon. Dr. Otieno, Edwin, what a lego. O watch on Otieno no kende, kick ngata tem. Meg receive well, and I extend my word of gratitude to Jeremy, his son, Togla Venda, Magijo Manuri, Tamaber Kabisa, Togja Od, Dr. Ong'Ech. Nyakadaki Kamogik, Otimna surgery. As I speak, I am free of cancer. Courtesy of Dr. Ong'Ech. Without him, I don't think that was going to be possible. And I'm also happy to announce that I am not a candidate for chemo or cotimna chemotherapy. The resection was done completely successfully. Completely successfully. Aonge gwach manyalo wacho, Nyasaye mondo okony daktari. Thank you so much.
Kamano koro classmate unyalo bet nitie time ibro nyiewo go buge malata anga ngeni dwa buk. Ibro nyiewo japuonj ni kama kwan. Koro unyalo bet. It's fine. Usenge high school. Okay. Nitie kaka adwa timo gini koro. From kama board chairman itie, board member, principal, mano koro abro weyo ni chairman ma board mondo coordinate. My teacher, there are two great teachers of mine here. kasetiyo kodgi tabro hand kacha koro wa sort obura giri oburi ngeni biro bangwa but Olulo was there before you koro abiro go joma bi japuonj mano principal Majengo secondary school alumni usenge ebeni se puonjo nyithinde gwenka aitemo wara in pesa koro ioro na pesa to buk tami inyiso nyithindo ka namba ma ing'ore pesa musie jogi isepuonjo nyithindo mang'eny ka.
Erokamano ne daktari ni chokruok amoso ni okweuru aluonga ni Tom Obura aja Ugenya na somo Usenge and I used to hear about Dr. Ong'Ech nikech abi bang'e. And I only did my A levels in Usenge. Kana work at college, I went back to Usenge High School as a teacher where I taught for 19 years. Kora kokela Majengo ka. Ka winjo Majengo kaka ne en dierecha. Kod kaka winjo kupa Kuriari japuonj. Mano e gima an bende agombo. Mondo chieng' moro ka wuok Majengo ka, Bachino Bura be nowe nyithindo motiego kaka Ong'Ech gini. Erokamano.
Koro katieko section no kapok adhi joko ne puonja an gi wacho engineer wacho ni mano jo klasi ok ang'e maber ki nyaka bena puonje bana bi wacho ni kana puonji ga ka puonjo engineer ndio to ka puonji koro wacho ne giduong okay kamano warwaki koro hapa nini pesa koro ioro na namba buka koro oro pesa si pokano kuna moro na pesa kae jaduong bi kapok adhi treasurer echi Usenge kaman 1980 oh you are my senior koro kaka ja Usenge koro okay okay maja Usenge no 1980 kati mo CP okay ala koro na pesa ndio bro mi namba na yo kamano koro adhi treasurer mar alumni Usenge ni wan ga alumni mosetimo gik mang'eny Olula Chok comics ma ngamalicha ahinya ene mot kano na pesa mar alumni ma Usenge maja banker senior banker sana ka oran ka ngane Jojo nitie kanyo kose sedhi Jojo aga George mano banka Stanbic Olulo na kero tiyo kanyo ari recognize kanyo senior banka terimus bana banka okunyaka introduce bana ngamo se bedo regional Stanbic wo bedo Barclays Absa Africa to ene treasurer comics waya ne moro wa mi buku odo mari pesa to ingi oro na pesa ingentie gina idwario na ingi pesa engineer it's okay
we thank God for this day nikech otimo maber mondo wachope dala mzeka an nyinge luongo ni John Olula Choki for jomong'e this region ajasako kapeyo kora neighbor machiegni ka Dr. Ong'Ech yes ni wasomo kode Usenge natelo ne school gigni ariyo apani nyuol be samora telo gini ariyo katin to mano klicha ahinya malich ni ene patron mar Usenge High School alumni manwa chako 2016 to ne gimiya responsibility mabedo treasurer maonge competition koro pod watayo school to gima dahero wacho kuom daktari korka Usenge High School nikech mane moriwa kode Usenge High School apart from being a fellow human being Usenge High School moriwa kode ahinya ni en gi geno kendo tich mar school no nie chunye machiegni kaka treasurer anya wacho mano kawuono kata kiny so daktari thank you for that generous heart for the what you've done to the school wagoero kamano Nyasaye kum chumo tegno no koda jo Usenge moko duto korka daktari ang'eni daktari maleo daktari mopodhi matiyo maber maonge mibadhi onge miwafu gi nyandusi mora more tije en gi tich maleo koro mano be Nyasaye omed geri kendo med konyi wagoero kamano I'm happy to be here I was not feeling very well yesterday and this morning to ka engineer njieo kora chokra choka kone wawuok dala na bi kora winjo mna kase chango nikech an bu daktari. Erokamano kuom thiedha through remote sensors. Thank you. Nyasaye okonyu duto.
So now, thank you. Comrade Robert. Koro nitie joma nopuonja. To kapok achopo the mother of all the teachers ma uwinji video kama Dr. Duori osewuoye. To amenda wuoye monomiyo made maths easy. Japuonj ni puonja. Bi wach matine ka koro dhiambo wuo. Then I leave the session to the current Usenge leadership. Ajani puonja ka ngocha japuonj. English nakadho. I was the best. Onge manore makacha. Wa mi book japuonj. Mi book.
I'm going to be very brief, just like my son has said. Chinua Achebe wacho ni, a child who washes his hands eats with kings. And Dr. Ong'Ech has done it. And is a beacon of hope. Whenever I'm asked about those whom I've taught, I've always said that there's one daktari called Dr. Ong'Ech, a gynecologist and a consultant and an international. And I'm saying, you people may not believe it, but Ong'Ech is an Obama in the making. Thank you.
Koro, I want to take the privilege to call our most celebrated teacher in Usenge, Vincent Odhiambo. Vincent, you heard Dr. Duori talking in there about Vincent. Dr. Duori is not here. Duori happened to have had the best KC results in Usenge, and he said it was because of Vincent Odhiambo. Vincent Odhiambo was in school with my brother, Ong'Ech, was his senior by a year. And then, apart from him teaching me properly, he even taught engineer Ndio. For record, we got distinction was not very easy. You will tell it, additional maths, we broke the record, the best in the nation. Our maths was not a joke. He was the chairman of some SIA Maths Association, which has been analyzed in this book. I later came to teach in Usenge. I lived in his house. He refused for me to pay any bill. He was feeding me everything. I was not paying anything. He liked bright people. Everybody has talked about him. I want to give him this chance, and I want to give him a book. This you are talked about in this book. Mr. Odhiambo was a great teacher for maths and physics. And if you did not know maths and physics, maybe you may not be friends. But if you knew maths and physics, all the way. Japuan, I'm so honored to have you. He was a retired teacher now as principal Chanda High School. I'm so honored to have Mr. Odhiambo here. If whoever made me who I am, because maths was what I had to do in Form 6, and my friend Dr. Odhiambo is here. I said how I used to give him a run for his life. Although he's called the best in the country, I'll call him here shortly. But this is Odhiambo. Where are you, Dr. Odhiambo? This is the man who made me give you a run for your life in A level, but you are coming shortly. Karibu Japuan, Chicago book.
Thank you, Daktari. Jogo duto mobiro. Kaka Daktari oso nyiso nyinga Odhiambo Vincent. Somo Usenge. That bit been mentioned. But in Natimo Payne 1976, he mentioned your brother was ahead of me. Kasatimo Payne 76, Achaka Duogo in 81, when Daktari's group were coming in as Form 1s. At that time, area mana puonjo nyithindo kunohera ahinya. Koro samwene ipuonje gineko, the standards were low. Kani ng'iyo results mag 1980, they were pathetic. One kaka jopuonj kwano in the staff room, onge kaka ni wanyalo loso. You know, people like Mr. Lando, okdinyal tingo duondi staff room ni japuonj. Koro gino nomi mondo wabende kaka maths teachers waneni wanyalo timango gi nyithindo. And that's when these boys, this young boy tindo bor no nyadundo kama no randere gisat mo maduong mana higa mane gidonje. So there was that demand ni standards nyaka dhi malo. Koro mano emomiyo samoro kanene kwawinjore kodi kwano kata ne nyathi school to akethora aketha. Koro we tried our best. 81, that was the group of Dr. Tedo. They tried. 82, that was the group of Osena, Obote. They improved. 83, the group of Okaro and others. Koro 84, I mean, what moron earthquake. 84, we had an earthquake in Usenge in terms of quality results. Additional mathematics, they were the best in the country. Then quality results in terms of distinctions, subject, and that's how we moved. They gave us hope. When a principal, the standards were low, but we tried through quite a number of ways. And we did that until engineer, when you came. I know discipline was an issue during your time, was slightly an issue during your time, but that's why also I commended this group, because in 1984, we had real discipline issue in that school, but these boys decided to work. Those who decided to work did very well. Those who decided now to pick the path of indiscipline, manokoro wachigi. Emomiyo yonyuolanka, I'm a retired principal. To what the ma aketoga ikoka and chick, to chick walk dala. Chick walk dala, nyathi nyalo bedo mariek, to chick onge kumabro chike. So, I want to thank, we had a head teacher called Mr. Warom, a no-nonsense head teacher, who said had no facilities. With the good results, there were no facilities in that school. There was no lab. Now we have a lab. You got some lab, but during your time, there was just something structure in the name of a science room. So facilities is an issue, fine. So let us begin from the commitment, man, Nyathindo can go to any school and produce results. And that's what you people did. Engineer Ndio is here, doctor is here, with so many doctors who were produced from Useng. I'm happy they gave me a name from those results. I was invited in a number of places because of those results. I'm an author. I do books for secondary schools and other places. I retired as a very senior examiner, but because of your results and because of your hard work. Nteja ponji ni mopondo kan because no ponji very briefly. Mr. Ndare, you would have been here. Uponji 1983. If you can remember the Boar. I don't know whether he taught you geography or what. He was hiding there, but I told him, you cannot hide where your son is celebrating. Otherwise, I'm happy. I want to wish this young man, you are still very young, still have quite a number of years ahead of you. I'm still wishing him well. He's done very good things, and we congratulate him for what he has done. He has that energy, and that energy should not go to waste. In another forum, you are really doing a lot of things for that school as old boys, together with the engineer and others. Chok, your treasurer. We want you not to give up. Please continue with the energy I've seen in the alumni. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mwalimu. Mwalimu, you can't come here and go empty-handed. Yeah, Mwalimu, this is your special edition. Thank you. Now, the next forum, I will not even sit here. These are the current people who are making Usenga High School go to Canaan. But I will give a book to the chairman and the principal. The principal needs to have one to take to the library. And then chairman for the board will send me money because I taught him he has money. So I will give the 2 books, but I will allow now the chairman of the board, because currently is the chairman of the board, is also the chairman of alumni, but I'm the patron, so I don't know who is who, whether I'm his boss or not. But a very great man. These people now have promised to bring Usenga where I'm supposed to be under the leadership of the chief principal. I want to announce something here. Please pay attention. The chief principal, Mr. Mrumbe, decided to build a laboratory in Usenge and name in the memory of my father, Jeremiah Ong'Ech Memorial Laboratory. Can you clap for that? Laboratory hour. That was very good. And on that, I'll give him a book. Then I'll give chairman. Then I'll allow chairman to coordinate. I don't know who should speak when last, but I think I will allow chairman. So chairman, come and receive this book officially so that you appear on your YouTube. You know, people are watching you everywhere now. Yeah, but I also taught chairman, and the chairman was the best in mathematics, and they for a long time. And there was a Omenya Sergeant, and they used to compete. They were in the university together, mechanical engineering, architecture. The two know each other very well. But now chairman has brought fresh leadership in Usenge High School. Please watch the space. So you receive the book, but you'll talk later as introduced. I'll give the principal a book, Mr. Murimbe. I'm so honored to have you here. So honored to have you. So on behalf of the library, Madam Board B, I'll give the chairman to Ninit. So this one, take to the library. Grace, give me a book for Mzee. The Mzee book. Mzee book. These are for the library for Usenge. I want the children to read this. That's your personal. But this too, this is the man you've started the laboratory on behalf. And this is for the library. I can autograph them anytime, take them to the library. I have to let the chairman conduct this session briefly.
Thank you very much, Daktari. I'm also Uduto Joe Adwa ma Obiro bet kage the family of the great Nehemiah Ong'Ech and our friend Dr. Ong'Ech. As you have been told, Nyinga and Dick Ndio and Yajakom mar Board of Management Mausenge Masani. Our biro ka a team maber motegno kaka school ma Daktari has always supported. There's another board member who has not yet stood up. Even me now I have to order you. This way with so I'll allow the members to just say a word. Salimia watu. Wewe anajua umesalimia watu sana. Lakini he is one of us in the BOM, then Mrs. Maganda, then the chief principal, then I will summarize.
Thank you, my boss. Among other things that I was mentioning as a legacy, that is those achievements after the demise of my father, I happened to be elected in the board of management of Usenge High School. Thank you very much. I'm very proud of you. I'm ready to work with you. I will support the school. Thank you.
I'm also Joturuane Murembe. Ani Luongani Jacinta Maganda. I'm a board member Maru Usenge High School. Is my third term. To Dr. Ong'Ech Okangeyo maber. I remember an occasion mane Nyamonye at police roadblock. I was in a hurry going for my campaign meetings. Ma di manyono spikes. Mane police oketo, and I had 2 tire bus. Dr. Ong'Ech was coming behind me. No chung mokonya. Ngama nge maber en jaduong Jeremiah Ong'Ech Dola. Ong'Ech kakan jakom ma Imbo Union. Ong'Ech never missed any meeting mari Imbo. He was a great brain for Imbo Union and Joimbo at large. I remember nikana chung bondo, I was prevailed upon ni nyakawe ko mari Imbo. Nikech other aspirants ne wacho na debate gi an age over them. I left it. After elections, I lost to Ochanda, Madok Nairobi. But Jaduong Ong'Ech and other elders, and Gira Jemanengo Kae, Jaduong Oriaro, Ojuang Orodo, Osweta, and the likes. They insisted after 2 years, ni yakachaka duogi. Na duogo back the year 2014, and I was endorsed. Again, not even elected, just endorsed kaja koma imbo. I owe that to Jaduong Ong'Ech. Erokamano urainya. Gimadianga watch kendo, somebody talked about character. Always kawoyo ginyithe usenge. Akone igane character no is the most important thing. Character nyalo golo your A to D within a day. The same character nyalo uplift your D plus to B plus within hours. Koro mano gimotimore dala kata gima nie dala ni nyiso ni Jaduong Jeremiah Ong'Ech manang'eyo nen jaduong manorito dala ne gi chik. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Ingen budho mantie ni ntie mna ja alliance ariyo kende mang'eyo. Professor Menya, my age mate, is one of them, and Mrs. Maganda is the other one. Mago alumni alliance. Mwalimu, is unfortunate you've not heard many things that have been said before, but as our chief principal, please talk to the meeting.
Thank you. It is a great honor to be here. Daktari, we knew one another a few days to the burial of his father, and we have continued to engage and have a lot in common. I remember when the engineer and his fellow engineers visited the school on 28th February, they talked of them being the creators. And we wondered what the rest of us we were. So we conspired with the Daktari to teach them a lesson. And we thank God when the results of last year were announced, our best 2 students had qualified to go for medicine, and Daktari assisted us, and they both joined the medicine. When the Form 1s were coming, we also had a talk with the Daktari, and Daktari has been of great help to us. 20 students joined under a sponsorship with 380 marks and above. And we gave Daktari one of our students to assist. When they came in term 1, he was the second best. Daktari got annoyed. He flew from Nairobi, came, had a time with the boy. And what shocked us, he gave him pocket money of 5,000. And from there, the boy has never been the same. The boy has since then topped. In fact, last term, the boy had 998 marks out of 1,100 marks. Daktari promised to do some Christmas for him, and I'm sure he must have done something. We named the twin laboratory after Jeremiah, because Jeremiah and my father happened to be age mate, although they are together somewhere else. Daktari, it's very interesting that you were a bell ringer at primary. I was also a bell ringer. So both of us did the same work. Now, Daktari, at school we have named the twin laboratory after your dad, but there is nothing to remember you. So I'm giving you a task. Put up for us a dormitory and we'll name it Dr. John Ong'Ech. So please, come January 2023, when the Form 1s are coming, they should sleep in Dr. Ong'Ech's dormitory. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mwalimu and Mrs. Maganda. I won't talk for long, obviously. Unajua, Daktari has been my teacher, my mentor. I remember when my results came out, he's the first person who congratulated me in a big way. For the purposes of this, for the purposes of this session, we will not say in which form the congratulation came. And he's been a mentor. He's really been someone we look up to in many ways. When we were younger, we used to think that he was arrogant, but he was simply setting standards. Mr. Obura, I know you are my witness when I will say that when we came up with the idea of building the first alumni dome in the school, we were three of us, George Otieno, yourself, and I. And I told you guys, although I had not consulted him, that in this course, if there's one person I'm sure will support this thing to the hilt, is one Dr. Ong'Ech. And as you guys know, he supported the building of the alumni dormitory to the hilt. Actually, it was a few $100,000 of shillings, greater than 3. I still remember. But you are number 2 in that one, Dr. Ajoga, I'm reminding you that you are number 2 in that donation for the dormitory. Okay, so I will not say much. I'm the current chair of the BOM. We are trying to take the school back to where it used to be. We were told the other day that nowadays schools like Nyamira do better than Usenge, which is something we are not very comfortable with. And Daktari, congratulations. You remember the last WhatsApp message that I sent you? You have mentored me in many things. You know you have another job to mentor me in. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I had to give the Usenge team, because Usenge started with my father. Usenge made me who I am, so I'm sorry. Usenge is everything here. And Bona Principal, consider it done. Come January, Dr. Odero Ong'Ech dormitory will be there. I have so many potential people here. They are doctors. I can see them here. They will give me the money, and the dormitory will be built. So that's considered done. Now, I want to move quickly. From Kericho, from Usenge, I went to Kericho High School. So my best friend from high school are two very great friends. Dr. Odero is not here. And the other one that I keep talking about, that my wife keeps reminding me, is one called Dr. Bernard Odhiambo Odoyo. Dr. Odhiambo flew all the way from Mombasa to this function with his wife. So Odhiambo, we met with him in Kericho High School. I want him to come. We were with him in medical school. He has written a piece in this book. He's a very special guest for me. We used to compete. And Odhiambo, at the end of Form 6, had the best results in the country in maths, chemistry, biology, 18 points. I would like you, Odawendo, come here and meet Johimbo, my friend, my good friend. Odhiambo currently is the chief orthopedic surgeon in Mombasa County. Ochomo chogonyo woyo. Mosi yepanaka bisa. Madam bobia bia bana koso ibro chunga chunga. Ma osiepanaka bisa. This is the man that we were with from Kericho High School. He presents Kericho High School to the medical school. We used to compete. He tells me I used to defeat him sometimes, but when the exam came, he was the best in the country. No, you a point or two. I'm so happy to have you, one. I want to give you a book, Madam. We are happy to have you here. We are honoring your husband. Has he ever talked about me at home? Does he talk about me? I always talk about him to my wife. So I will give him a book and allow him to talk. But he has money, he'll send me double. He has made a lot of money. So he sent me money for 3 books, but I give him an official one here. Yes, so Dr. Odhiambo, for the times that we send, and you've written a very good piece. He has made a very good piece, things that I couldn't remember. Our life in high school, our life in medical school, professional career. Or I'm in Mombasa, or Beranera. Mombasa na mchumbi musi fano ajao de kubiri function. So koja imboka turigi mana migo risa kwa wendo koja donge manonga mogeni. Mosi yepna kabisa. Oda wendo ka buko ndiye. Koro kaw microphone inya wuo kaka ihero.
Ne kanisa gi welo gi joimbo adwoko erokamano kuom biro kar kaeri biro moso osiepna nieri man gi anniversary mar baba mano olal last year. Dr. Ong'Ech ang'eyo 37 years ago. That's around 1985. So kachako wuoyo about him, I think it might take maybe more than one day. Because those days we began life when we were teenagers. We were learning, we were doing a lot. He came from Usenge, I came from Ringa, and we were in Kericho. So we became instant friends. Because one thing, Ong'Ech was very brilliant, extremely brilliant. He used to teach us maths. The way his teacher said here, they were taught additional maths. So when we went there in Form 5, we didn't know maths completely. So Ong'Ech was our teacher in Form 5. He knew all the maths that we were doing, and he was extremely brilliant. We did well, and then we went to the university. In the university, the guy was so bright still, until he was given a name. In fact, we were calling him Ong'Ech system. He was like a system, not a person. He could integrate things very, very fast. So I think he's a very good gentleman. And to Joimbo, what I would say is that this guy, I think you take him like a blessing to you people. Because somebody said here that when you celebrate your achievements, some people can think that you are trying to sort of, but sincerely speaking, it's good to talk about our achievements. Because by talking to our achievements, we inspire the young people and even the current generation. I think we don't have to wait to be a child to only to be inspired. You can even inspire an adult to achieve more. What this doctor has done, I think, to this area, in this community, I think is very, very inspiring, and I think it is a great, great blessing to you people. And I come from Awendo, Migori, and there are very few people like him. Even me, the things I've done, I can't compare with him. I've not written an autobiography. So even me, he has inspired me at my age that I need to do what he has done. So to me, Joimbo, I think you people, this guy should be a blessing to you people. Otherwise, I'll not say much. I just say, may God bless the Joimbo, and may God bless Ong'Ech's family. But one thing I have to say also, which I have to emphasize, Joimbo, I think what you need to do is that in life, let's embrace family. Family life is very important. Let's, as a father or as a mother, please, family is the pinnacle or the cornerstone of everything. Without a family, you might not go anywhere. Because family will bring you up from wherever you are, and you can really uplift you. And what I've seen here, even me, I've learned a lot, and I've really felt like challenged. Because if you have a father, you have a mother, you have your brothers, please, as a family, be together. As a Luos, we have one feature that we are a bit selfish. When we see a brother succeeding, you try to congratulate. It's very common in our Luos. But to me, I think those are negative aspects which we should drop. Let's embrace families, let's encourage one another, and we'll succeed. We'll succeed. Otherwise, thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll go very fast. I don't know that Dr. Judith Kose is here. Elizabeth Glaser, Egpaf not there. So that was work life, professionals. Dr. Udo, not here. Okay, so now I go to another section, which will be very fast. People that will just come and give some donations here. Now, there's something called mentorship. There are people I've mentored, and the person who's at the top of this is Dr. Vitaly Sokola. And I want to call Dr. Vitaly Sokola here to come with this father, Gerald Okola, and Mr. Naftali Okola. I'm calling you here because Dr. Vitaly Sokola is somebody I mentored, and it's at the peak of, he just flew in this morning. He's a guy who runs my clinic when I'm tired, and is never disappointed. His father is here, was a classmate with my brother. His grandfather is there. So I've called you here because of Vitalis Okola, a great doctor who in mentorship has my highest recommendation. I've mentored him and is not disappointed. Dr. Vitalis Okola is a consultant gynecologist obstetrician. We now work together. Even the times I've been here, he runs my clinic. So I am going to give him a book for the good work of mentorship that has never let me down. And I know Mzee was a great friend of Mzee, and Gerald would manage that. He'll just greet you like this, but Vitalis, I give you this book for the great work you've done. He's followed on my footsteps and is proving to be a better doctor than me. His surgery is very good. I want to tell you this, Gerald. This guy is great. He's good, humility, he's good with patients. When I leave my office, I don't think twice. I flew him this morning, and he did round last night. And he's going back again to review my patients. I'm proud of you, young man. Just greet them. I know because your father is here, but today I want for your father to know that I've called him in front here because the father was also saying alumni, but greet the people, then they will just wave as they pass by.
Thank you very much, Daktari. Thank you very much for everyone who's come. This is a great achievement. Daktari has mentored me a lot ever since I was small up to where I've reached. And I am very grateful for the opportunity. What you have done in terms of writing your autobiography is something very big and must be celebrated, because my father has been giving me a lot of books to read about everybody, who is who in this country. But I think this is the first time that I'm holding on to a book of someone who has actually risen from the ground up to where he has reached today, and we share a village. So this is very commendable. Thank you, Daktari.
Thank you. But since your father is here, you are a product of your father. Your father must come here and greet people, and your father is a product of your grandfather. You're doing bro kada kadi fwa niji.
Amoso budho, tana ong'eg mang'eny. Agom na iro kamano Dr. Ong'Ech nikech you saw me talk at the documentary. I did the documentary, and I've also done the forward for this book. So you can just go read. I won't talk. But today I just want to say congratulations. And that's all. And I'll ask my dad to say one or two things.
Chokrok man ka amoso duto no sawre uru chiemo ne jaduong' Ong'Ech onindo ne nanyiso ni ne wachako kod osiep 1972 mae nyathi manomiyo wachako Ong'Ech osiep. To gima dwa nyiso ji ka wachako budho ka ae giwuoyo ni gidwa ng'eyo gima Ong'Ech osetimo ne ng'ato. An Ong'Ech osekelona lik na nyis nyithindegi ni kik giwe dewo ji. Dewo ji en konyo ng'ama chandore. To kik giluor tho. Nikech ibuka jabina somo ni tho nego kata padri, to Yesu motamo tho nikech en gi gik mang'eny motimo. Koro da wayo gik mang'eny kuom Ong'Ech, jaduong' Ong'Ech, ok aneno joma nyala ka, kijana jogo be niluongo. Mano e gima penji kende. Ok aneno joma nyala kama Ong'Ech nodewo borwako kae. Omiyo atimo neno kamano ahinya kuom timo kama, jiwruok duogi gik moko. Jenu tuonore iu mondo utim gik madwarre. Mage gik madwarre e piny ka. Ok usunga ma winjo ka ng'ato wacho. To jopiny ka nyaka ji herre to nyaka ji bed maber, to dala ma ji oherore ema dongruok nitie. Aweyo gi mago.
Kamano the Okolas, koro adwa dhi piyo, joma biro koro kawo mana buk onge speech. Kenda buge moko ka, another grace. Koro adwa dhi, nitie jok ma adwa recognize ka. Nitie another level type of book. Nitie, moko ka matin. Koro ka luongi ka, adwa luongo osiepna ma childhood, Michael Onyango. Ibiro tika ka buk tidhi. Ami book donation Michael Onyango kelo. Michael mabenja puonj kanisa nwadongo go. Michael abo mana mi book to idhi adhiya imbas na isendiko weche midwa wacho kuoma isewacho kae te. Adwa mani mondo iwuo TV kacha ji oneni. Mbas na aneno bi kapok gineni TV kacha adwa neni kaba osiepna. Kanyo biro machiegni. Ambassador, ma book ma mean honor of our friendship. Kamano ambassador. Kara setieko. Koro kam hore kamonyuola ka luongi tibiro ka kamore mogam. Kotel ni go bado biero benka. Obado biero kamore mogam bi ka book. Obade obiero ka kamore mogam onge. Lumumba kantie to be receive on behalf of Obade Obiero, Richard Onyango, Ritaji Nia Kenjen, to Beno Siepna. Kolo ka obiro mbele kata okang na mia no Obade mami obuko be konya ka mia buge en wonwa. Kor to wacho no bodwa muso chokro koro in maler ni mami mane ngamo so maber to mar koro mi joka moreti mos gimna 30 seconds.
Amoso duto kako wachi ni ikawo daka matin anado wacho na matin. Ji wacho mang'eny about Odero, about Lumumba ngono. Odero ohero ji en gi chuny maber kako Ong'ech wuon gi, kako biro wuonwa. To gima da wachnu kidwa beto osiep Odero nanta we kata na kizungu ukitaka kuwa rafiki ya daktari avoid two things. One, gossip. Kiki kuodhie ng'ato godero. 2, miriasia. Gik mokariyo go kidwene ne wacho ka nodero chunye ler. Ki kuotha kata ki iwacho miriasia. If you gossip or if you lie, you will become an enemy to him. And the same to me. Thank you.
Kamano Richard Wood Kamore. Wadwa dhi Kamore Nyangera. Kamore Nyangera nindo ngoro se kabuk lakini nitie jaduong' miluongo ni Gilbert Okech. Wadwa chiwo buk koro ng'ama dang' om buk kata en jada ma oduo kata en no speech to koro onge buge mikawo Huduma. Speech orumo jo kanisa koro wacho ni gino kethore. Koro ka buk bi kama ndiwo gi TV nyari mondo rodi oneno gin Amerika koro sani. Koro kamano karodi. Ing'e ni Nyangera kanyo. Odero baro ng'amo mi bede.
Odero ne kwarwa matin. Abaye mane Odero luwo. Koro Odero nokawo mana Autobiography bopidho. Wayiego. Kamano.
Kamore Nyangera. Kamore Manyala. Nitie representative Kamore Manyala nyo aluongo gi. Ano ko chando jaduong' Okola. Kamore Manyala nitie. Wamis kanyo. Kamore Oro Mike Gudo sebiro ka. Kamore Pala Ochwea gi nitie ng'ato ka. Mano wa kanyo nono. Kamore Mago. Kanyo wae nono. Koro Kamore Mago. Kamore ng'eny. Koro kauma. Okay. Onge wuoyo koro mama kawo mana buku. Buku wuoyo koro rumo koro kawo mana buku tero mana kamano bed kacha picho maki ineno ka picho semaki. Bas mano nitie nyaka chieng higni 100. Kamore Mago. Koro katieko kanyo nitie youths moko ma adwa miyo present ka. Youth miluongo ni Pastor Guda en youth ma be amenta osebedo ng'ama oketo youth together. Pastor Guda nitie ka. Pastor Julius ang'eno dich gi coordination ko onge to wasekadha kanyo. Julius Guda daero ni mondo kamera maki but ero onge. Nyathi moro be daero miyo ka present iluongo ni Amina Ruth Amina Ochieng. Ruth Amina ni tang kendo Jakobiero morang no bika adwa ni mondo buguni omi mondo keti lwet nyayamo. Nyayamo ni ka agutu ni mele mi waga chiemo kwa tindo. Agutu nyayamo min Obange min Uma monyuolo Ruth Amina nyathi mosomo maber ma wamenta machiegni dhi loka. Richard ang' ni duogi kawo bugni mondo iketi lwet nyayamo tindo tiki kokekni kobiro ka nogore piny. Nyayamo naluonga ni jaoda. Imi nyayamo kata ong'iyo mana picha. To ong'ne mana picha mani buku. To agolo bugni on behalf of Ruth Amina Ochieng. Kuom mentorship ma nyathi mawinjo chik. Katieko kanyo to bende koro atieka. Antie koro ng'amogik ka iluongo Dr. Badia Willis ema koro bro tieko wachni. I hope Dr. Badia Willis pod nika, my mentor. Dr. Badia Willis ni ema koro eneno ka luonge last. An bende kana chako Dr. Badiani awuoye ahinya e bugani. Badia, Dr. Badiani watu aka, to Dr. Badiani en ng'ama lich ahinya, kukuneni anena. Ka kora tieko, en be mami abedo gynecologist. Ka tieko 4th year. Where is Lavender? When I finished 4th year, and where is Grace? When I finished 4th year, this gentleman you're seeing here gave me an hospital to run called Mount Sinai. Okay? It was a maternity home. I had not finished medical school. I was just where you are. You know, now as you guys do 6 years. So where you are, Lavender. I was in charge of a maternity hospital. I had not finished medical school. He put me there and he would supervise me once or twice a week. And that's where my passion for gynecology came in, combined with Dr. George Hayanga Omolo, GT, Mawat, Dr. Luke Omolo. Dr. Badiani know me a lot of inspiration. You know, ma oriambo rama monoma duonga bisa. To kwese moketi bata kamai. Why nga mariak moso maseno school. Koro Badiani Willisini is my mentor. Emuyo awaje ndiko gynecology is a good thing. Adwa mi a book. My special ntimo ndika gibet kai. Ma miyo ena mi for free. Okoro na mpesa. Koro mi mondo camera mark maber as my mentor. Bediega iwachi ni krajoge gimora chiel tu as my mentor.
No, thank you very much, John. There's only one thing I wanted to appreciate, that in this meeting today, everybody's gathered here, and from far you can think it's a funeral. But I think you have now seen that apart from gathering for the dead people, sometimes you can do it to, honor or to attend sort of biography or recognize that. I'm very grateful, Dr. for recognizing me, and I'm very happy that you have achieved what you have achieved. Thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you, Mano. Dr. Kola Mais Maseno, Okola said the Vitalis. Now, when so Maseno, I'm also Maseno School. Thank you. Now, I'm coming to the end because now you want to launch the book. That was Book Donation. You want to go there and launch the book and launch it officially now. And then cut a cake there. So at this point, there are a couple of people, if they're here. I saw my brother-in-law, George. Has he left? Okay. There's Wakili, Dano Gola, Joko Gola, gin neighbor kama beyo. Joko Gola, kagin kato gibi kate. Kataka Sharon, Kanyo, Peter, Dan, Wakili. Very good neighbors. Wakili. Bia ka jogo neni. Tino, I can know is watching this thing online. Koro neni ka YouTube. As a very good neighbor, abro mi book. Ticho la pesa double. Nikeji no kili sela so pesa. Vika. Enami morocha. Koro kill ni. Enangama a bit of a long history. I mean, taibike autobiography go properly. A man version more US. Koro, thank you very much. Wakili ni ongama duongi kanisa mara Anglican. Anglican na yuso nundu inuwa ila. Duongu ngeno duong. Koro jo maluongo gidwane kikigiwo. Nyonya kipozi imosi ji Wakili wakabedo shying. Imosi ji kai.
Amoso jothurwa okweuru. Anto aonge mang'eny. Wagoni mana daktari, congratulations kuom launch buge. To kata wan joma biro chien. Wateme ndiko history gik mwatimo mondo obed rapar ma experiences ma wabedo go. Experiences ema ji puonjrego. Otherwise agonu erokamano kuom chopo. Daktari erokamano kuom miye thuolo.
Kora tieko nitie ng'ama osiepna mok aluongo. Koro wadwa dhi launch the book. Ogot koro launch book achama kamera koro rie kacha. Chief Rajema notice kama intie. Time makoro rach. Jimoko biro gendege dok anini kama intie. Wonwa sema nini kanyo. Mano gam yimbo. Koro wadwa donji final nitie joma wadwa dok Nairobi sani. Koro wadwa the launch the book. Wadwaro ng'ado kek led by Mrs. Beatrice Odero. Aeto watimo gima pa to koro book is launch. Koro joma miyo book podi kikusomo mondi. Pokwa launche. Koro nitie ng'ama pok aluongo osiepena mobiro te amor ubiro te bena nini kanyo ng'ata. Masi. Oh, abro loso wacho no bang. Nitie ng'a pok recognize kik ng'ato ne koda marach. Samaraj, nitie ng'ama kama minti amor gibiro ni amor. I'm so happy, overwhelmed. Everybody, I recognize you. I'm happy. Kata kibiro wuoyo ka to amor aneno kadalo pong matoka ng'eny kacha kila mtu yuko hapa. Koro adwa launch book mondo kech gini eni YouTube ginene pinje te gimwa wacho kagi inene jomoko segochna kaka Canada, jomoko segochna US. Ogutu biane ka omera kijana ni Jakowil ni as I go there nyakamosu ma Fulbright alumni ondiko piece maber adwa mi book officially to dola mi duogo eoro na e WhatsApp. Koro Musa ji Jakowil ma ng'amwa shago Fulbright alumni Hubert Humphrey ma bende Jakowil ma be an matero loka ing'eni jitugo akoda kae ayo kanyo mungu tu ana tero ga nyaka somo loka kata mna professor Fulo Beniti scholarship mo mana mi abo dhigo loka okapuonj ga poya joma dhi majengo secondary kende kata ma ni wor Kowil ni aluonge ka nikech en ma wor Kowil o mie an ma miyo dhi somo loka oberi ng'e kamano bodhi bonyono idho ndege bodhi Emory University boduogo mochwado kanyo degree mosie jogta mi book officially on the behalf of Fulbright scholars Hubert Humphrey scholarship in America mark book aran mondi API camera YouTube kaja jogo to kendo ang'eni ibro apia to musgia musa koro dwa ng'ado kek
amoso ute ya nyinge ne Gordon Elisha Ogutu joma kia mama wata panung'eyo Yunia Ogutu Nyasanda on butka Hezro Nyadunyo Ogutu mane minwa Yunia Ogutu Nyasanda unoto ene manosa nindo Agre Ocheng Ogutu kata Oyawa kro daktari wanomiyo adhi America ndalogo interview majoka Fulbright scholarship idwa mna 2 people the whole country kono miya jingo adhi interview bano yera adhi Emory University basomo masters in public health health communication. Thank you so much daktari bugni asesomo tuntie pat moro ma daktari okowacho nene wadhi gala kode thum oele nyamonye disco matanga dodongo kode erokamano uru to once more congratulations daktari aruba erokamano.
Koro warwa the official launch kwasetieko official launch the books are available here inyalo biro ti ichulo maracha en 4,000 to maja duong' na 3,000 koro ni kichacha Grace Odero no kacha kala venda gin gi book timiyo gi amiya pesa to gimi book koro mane kama giki nitie ng'at ma iye wang' kabisa koda madwa biro kae onge ng'ama iye wang' koro ene colleague Ojei man koro I recognize Silas Ojei giri Dano Bera era wagi bina mosi jo kanisa na amiyo mna Paris book complain ni kanisa male milu na aragak jo ragak arabuka uru book Rose ni wago mabor Rose ko chako timo nenda kak ne jaduonga nungu nyaka kinyi ne na wogi gine jo go picha mondo wogi picha mano ma Paris mar cha kanisa erokamano mama koro wadhi ng'ado kek koro next step wang'ado kek kwase ng'ado kek ti launch the book kwase launch book to koro un free mar dhi nyiewo bugno to kwase tieko unyalo ng'ama nde poko keto neno Museliam nyalo dhi ng'ama dwa neno resource center koro asetieko bana asetieko Jokowil bana ko bero se wuoro ng'ato kugo kae obera final kom Kowil koro bero se wuoyo koro wasetieko koro obera wachni bwana odhi mos in final Kowil koro ka kom Kowil ose wuoyo mani dwa ketho wuoyo koro kendo koro wadhi ng'ado kek no obiro led gi Betis koro mae launching the book ng'ado kek to kodi i launch the book koro book jaduong' cha ben kacha kidwaro mara cha nyiewo and available. Any doctor colleague manka mapoka recognize doctor colleague Ukamano, koro wadhi the next person. Koro gini, we have another gini wadhi launch the book now. Koro adhi wadwa jaduong pastor koro wani final mano en ngado kegni kwa kiani le ma kan timo ngo plan na ngo ka wangada koro koduokin koro aro adhi ngado ke kacha koro abro wacho ni Ochieng' Ong'Ech ochung' ni family Jeremy Odero ochung' ni faminda. Then Betis Odero lead ngado kek. Ma koro official launch. Koro we wadhi ngado kek wa launch the book. To ere microphone maduogo kayo. We are coming to the end, so we are cutting the cake, and then the official launch. Then kwa tieko kanyo to wadwo konjo church to tieka. Koro wabiro ka family. Apana one of the sisters should come. Can't tieka tieno. To kod Jerry come and Zippy girl. Come. Okay? We want to launch this, and so you be what the coach? Okay. Hey, yeah. Okay. We want to launch. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So now we are this side. So we are going to cut the cake for the official launch of the two books, Dr. John Odero Ong'Ech, The Legacy in the Dreams of My Father, and Jadungu Jeremiah Ong'Ech, Legacy Lives On. So the person in charge of the cake, I give you the microphone and lead the.
Thank you very much. Before we begin, I'd like to hand over this microphone to Lavender to read a verse from the Bible.
Okay, somo ae Jokorintho mokwongo, madongo 11, matindo 23 nyaka 25. Owacho kama, puonj mane ayudo kuom Ruoth mi amiyou chal kama. Ruoth Yesu nokao makati e otieno nogo mane ondhoge mogoyo ni Nyasaye erokamano eka ong'ingo makatino kowacho niya, ma e ringra mochiw nikech un, timuru kamano mondo uparago. Kamano bende bang' chiemo nokao kikombe kowacho niya, kikombe ni e remba motimgo winjruok manyien gi Nyasaye. E kinde ka kinde mumadhe to timuru kamano mondo uparago. Erokamano.
Thank you so much, Lavender. Now this moment is just to, when you're a visitor in a place, we normally, in our tradition, we crown it by eating something. So I'll invite everyone. After we've cut the cake, everybody will get a share. It's just for us to be together and celebrate this moment. So without further ado, let me invite the man of the moment to officially cut his cake as the official launch for this book. And 1, 2, to a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we don't have any.
Listen, them tell you, say you can never be the one. But God say, make I tell you, say now you him choose in 1 month, in 1 week. You will sing a new song in 2 days. With a new song to sing, God is good. Yes, you will come again with a new song of praise. God is good. Oh, congratulations. 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 See what the Lord has done for you. Congratulations. God is good. Them say that I can never be all that I see. I've seen that God is greater than that. Who can battle with the Lord? Nobody. Who can change his
There are 100 pieces here. So the first 100 people here will get a piece of the cake. And after that, we take it back to the church and then we go eat. Watieko Serekea. Thank you very much. I'm taking this to my mother now. Yeah? So the rest can continue. You go round in a cycle. In a cycle. Okay? You go this way. Okay. Matero ni minwa. Kwanya kwa jibindi. Mana kwa wili. Buka uru moho kande. Matero ni minwa. Yoko maka.
Jubilation, congratulations, no more tribulation. I bring you good news where you cannot refuse.
Now I'm going to give the cake to my mother. Once you have taken, you get out of here. Please, you get out of here. Go the other side. Come on. Christian, I'm going to the other bed, coach. I'm going to crowd. I'm going to better steam line, please. Yeah, I go can any right.
One by one, you will tell your testimony.
What in your pella? I go better. Tell me,
Them say
that
I can never be all that I see. I've seen that God is greater than that. Who can battle with the Lord?
Oro jomodongo joka first 100 people. Ora tieko. Adwoko gini kanisa. Kajo kanisa setieko to koro wadhi mana chiemo to serikali ruma. Jomadwa nyiewo book, feel free. Lavender and Grace there. You can just pass there. They will give you the book and you pay. Yeah, okay. Koro watieko. Now I get to be back to kanisa. Koro adwoko ni kanisa ngwonna wabudho but gigitimore dichiel to en gima live kaka ineno no. Koro no bed me nyanyisi mag gini 100 mono bedie otimre maber. Erokamano jo kanisa kuom bedo patient. Atieko kaka wadwaro. Koro wadwoko nugo. Erokamano.
Basi wa go erokamano ne ji duto mobedo kodwa nyaka last minute kata mobedo kodwa in spirit osea nikech commitment. Wadwa ni mondo finally koro walem aito mondo walemo chutho bene chiemo mantie. Koro jok ma kao cakes wadwa ni mondo waho chunywa mondo walem. Aya, walamo. Nyasaye wuoro, Nyasaye wuowi, Nyasaye roho maler. Waduoko erokamano maduong' kuom miyowa roho mari maler otelonwa e nyasi ma wan go kawuono. Wago erokamano maduong' Nyasaye kendo miyowa kwe. Wago erokamano kuom chiwo teko Jehova Nyasaye. E kinde ni makoro ochopo ni wago ni erokamano. En kinde makoro wadwa ni mondo wapogre ka wadhi e miechwa. Wadwa ni mondo wapogre kuom ringruok to roho to kinde duto mondo chunywa obedie achiel. Nyasaye pod waketo familia e lweti. Kaka wasekwaye Nyasaye ni mondo imed geng'o nigi tuoche duto mag ringruok gi chandruok yore modinre mondo yaw ne family Nyasaye. Pod wamedo jiwo kendo kwayo ma kendo waketo e lweti Jehova Nyasaye ni legacy ma jatichni manitie dala ka mondo siki. Bende wakwayi ni mondo ichiw teko ne nyithinde mzee duto kaachiel gi nyikwayo duto. Koro gwethni gi herani mondo bed kodwa ndalo duto. E nying Nyasaye Wuoro, Nyasaye Wuowi, Nyasaye Roho Maler. Amen.
Koro watieko japuonjo chieng' bro wacho AOB mondo gi kaka wadhi next. Koro live streaming koro stop. Watieko the occasion. Stop.